What is going on, family? Both TikTok and YouTube family. How are y'all doing today, man? We are here with this week's episode of the Hardwood Authority show, featuring myself, Olo, and Wanboy. Unfortunately, has some stuff to take care of and will not be available for this episode. But with that being said, man, in this one, we will be talking about whether or not gravity is being overused when talking about players, man. So, it's the Hardwood Authority show. We can get into a lot of stuff, real basketball discourse, not the fake kind, man. We talking about gravity. So here's what we do, man. We talk real basketball over here, not narratives, not feelings, objective facts that can be backed up by film and things of that nature, man. So appreciate everyone tapping in, man. Tap the screen, share the live out, man. Of course, while we here, as the most current day gravity. Actually, that's not true, man. And this is why right now I wanted to talk about it, because there are a lot of players that have a lot of gravity. That we wouldn't consider a top player, and we wouldn't consider great players or great playmakers just because of their gravity. So we definitely gonna talk about it, man. This is the Hardwood Authority, man. Y'all know what we do every Monday on this page, Inside the Arc X, as you guys can see in the bottom left, at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's what we here to talk about, man. Is gravity real or is it fake? Obviously it's real, but are people overusing it to overrate players and players playmaking, man? So with that being said, man, check us out, the Hardwood Authority. I'm gonna get us into the intro anthem. While we're doing that, man, make sure we're tapping the screen, sharing the live out. Let's get some people in here. After a point, we're gonna get the host up, and also we'll have viewer requests as well, man. So please check us out, man. If you're on the YouTube premiere, take this time to like the stream, share it to your friends. Find us on platforms, man. Our show can be found both on YouTube and TikTok. Just type in the Hardwood Authority show, and you can find us there, man. So that being said, man, appreciate you guys for tapping in, man. We're gonna get into the Hardwood Authority anthem, man.
Yeah. 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 We run the game. That's authority. Talk crazy on the mic, no apology. Inside the arc, where the real ones be. If it's hoop talk, you gotta come to me. OlloHoops, he plays like geometry. One boy knows ball, that's prodigy. FYF, no James, old dynasty. Hardwood Authority, that's policy. Step in the booth like we breaking the net. Yeah. Every take heavy, you feeling the weight. Yeah. We don't do casual, we setting the bar. Yeah. You tweeting opinions, we raising the stakes. Inside the arc, yeah, we running the floor. Live at 3, now they knocking the door. Clip go viral before it's recorded. By the time it's posted, it's already war. We don't debate, we applying pressure. Every hot take, turn into lecture. If you go shaky, we address it. No filter talk, we don't protect it. Yeah. We run the gang, that's authority. Talk crazy on the mic, no apology. Inside the arc, where the real ones be. If it's hoop talk, you gotta come to me. OlloHoops, he plays like geometry. One boy knows ball, that's prodigy. FYF, Dope James, old dynasty. Hardwood Authority, that's policy.
OlloHoops break it down frame by frame. See the weak side cut before it even came. Talk angles, timing, different type brain. While they watching highlights, he watching the game. One boy knows ball, yeah, he talking that skill. No ring arguments, just what is real. Bag so deep, you gotta have feel. If you can't create, you getting exposed. On the real, he'll say it straight. He don't sugarcoat. If your favorite overrated, yeah, he gon' know. No media spin, no saving the quote. Just pure whoop truth, that's all he wrote.
Lamont from FYF, bring fire to the set. Yeah. Soon as he talk, you know it's a threat. Debates get loud, clips get checked. Every single take, internet press. I Johnny, go James, Kingdom Voice, talk Bron legacy. No other choice if you doubt greatness. Better think twice, he'll cook your whole take. No take, no rice.
Yeah. We don't follow trends, we shift away. New era hoop talk, we pave the way. TikTok live to the biggest stage. Hardwood Authority, remember the name.
Yeah. We run the gang, that's authority. Talk crazy on the mic, no apology. Inside the arc, where the real ones be. If it's hoop talk, you gotta come to me. OlloHoops, on ball.
Yeah, that's in it. FYF Go James, that's in it. If you love the gang, then you gotta see.
Hardwood Authority, that's MVP.
Hardwood Authority.
That's MVP.
Tap this for Brandon. Inside the heart, tapped in live. Mondays are 3, you changing the vibe. Thinking by out, step inside. Hardwood Authority.
We run the game worldwide, worldwide.
Yes, sir, man. That's the Hardwood Authority, man. Appreciate everyone who's tapping in, tapping the screen, sharing the live out, man. Also wanted to let everyone know we are on TikTok live. We have real goals here, man. We always have a live goal. That's 20 roses per live, man. Usually we get that towards the end of the show, but every single rose helps. Appreciate him for checking in. We're gonna get the hosts up here, man. We got Olo coming in the building, man. Juan Boy, unfortunately, will be unable to make it to today's show. Has some stuff to handle because we are grown men. We do have to take care of stuff in our life, man. We not only talk basketball, we watch basketball. What's up, OlloHoops? How you doing today, man?
Man, I'm ready to have a great show. We do every Monday, 3 p.m. We talk real hoops, no emotions, all objective. We can talk subjective, but it's going to be logical. It's not going to be based on ignorance. It's going to be based on like what's really going on the film. So, you don't want to watch film with us. You don't want to fact check with us. You don't. If you're not correct, you gotta come correct. You got Inside the Art right there, the host, me, the co-host, OlloHoops. So you gonna come on the panel? I'm the one that give you the warning because I try not to just give you the funerals without the warning. So I'm gonna give you a warning. Come on this panel, you don't come correct, your facts ain't straight, or you come on the panel being clueless and not knowing nothing, you're gonna get that funeral. Or you're gonna get that. And you might also get that if you lied to me. So when you come on the panel, please come correct.
Yes, sir.
Go
Yes,
ahead.
sir.
Let's go inside. Let's get this show started.
It's good, bro.
What's going on, Karen? How you feeling today, man? Like A. Johnny says, peace and blessings.
Yeah, playoffs been good, man. I'm excited. Like, I think there's gonna be one series that like goes to 7 that's down 3-1 right now, but we'll see.
What did you just say?
I think there's gonna be one series like someone's gonna come back from 3-1.
Who?
That's the Nuggets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say the Lakers, bro. I'm not saying that, bro.
I was getting to say, man, you better not be talking about the Lakers because we've been on ass the past couple weeks. Past couple days with the Lakers series, man. They told us to make a sweep.
LeBron had an off game. It's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, happens to the best. It's okay.
I mean, he's 41. I'm not expecting much, but
absolutely, man. So we got Goat James in the building. Peace and blessings. How you feeling today, man?
Yes, sir. What it is, man. Hey, shout out to my young brothers on the panel. You feel me?
Yes, sir. We always up here lit, man. Always. So I just want to, obviously we start off our shows with what's going on. Breaker, how you feeling, twin? Just wanted to first off, always we start out with the NBA recap for the last week. Obviously, it's not going to be the same because the playoffs are started. But just to recap on the series, man, we have obviously the Lakers are up 3-1 against the Houston Rockets, and they will play at home against the Rockets, and hopefully taking Jello shots. You missing a Jello? I need a Jello shot right now. The way these Jesse Jeffries been acting, twin. But yeah, taking the 3-1 lead over the Houston Rockets, and hopefully they can close that out. Obviously at home in LA. But to recap that series, man, 3-0 took a 3-0 series lead. In game 3, unfortunately took the L in game 4. Hopefully they had a bad game from a couple players, couldn't hit shots, couldn't stop turning the ball over. Bad game, took an L, but we always bounce back from L's no matter what. Other ones we have the Thunder that are up 3-0 against the Phoenix Suns. pretty much is going to be a wash, man. Nobody's worried about the Suns in the playoffs. I don't even know why they thought they had a chance. Shout out to them for coming through and making the playoffs, playing hard. But you unfortunately got to play against the best team in the league, and they taking care of business. We have the Nuggets Timberwolves series, which my brother Kieran said he thinks that the Nuggets are going to come back from down 3-1. I have to disagree because we've seen Jokic himself blow a 3-1 lead. I'm hating. But
hey, man. The only reason I say that is because I don't know. They're going to need more from their guards. Like, even though they played awesome, losing Dante and Ant is going to hurt. So we'll see.
We'll see what Bones Highland and Ayo can do.
Dude, I've always been a fan of Bones Highland. I'm glad he's playing well. So
absolutely,
and
that's what I
go
say
ahead,
too. These people are really NBA players, and a lot of times people discredit the lower tier players just because they're not getting the playing time at the right opportunity. And it is the playoffs, and some people tend to struggle in the playoffs. What's going on, Kai? How you feeling, brother? How you feeling today, brother? But I do think it's gonna be an interesting series. I don't think the Nuggets come back from down 3-1. I think they take another game. But at this point, Jokic is flustered. Gobert is making sure Jokic's life is not easy, especially for the past 2 games. It's looking real nasty for the Nuggets. However, I do think that the loss of both Ant and DiVincenzo is going to hurt a little bit. But I think right now the Timberwolves got that fire in their soul, and they're not about to let the Nuggets slide. They can't, not after the way Jaden McDaniels been talking, man. So I don't know. I think they take another game, but I think it's over with in terms of on the mental side. And then for the last series in the West, we have the 2-7 matchup, the Spurs and the Trailblazers. Wemby missed what's that 2 games? The Trailblazers had a chance to take a 2-1 lead. Unfortunately, couldn't get it done. So now the Spurs have a 3-1 lead over the Portland Trailblazers, and I pretty much think that the Blazers are going to have to concede to this loss. The Spurs are going to do what they got to do, get this win to advance to the next round. We have seen players like Denny struggle a little bit in the past 2 games, play very well in the first game. But like I said, man, we talking real hoops over here on the Hardwood Authority show every Monday live at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, man. So that's for the West side. Anyone have anything to say before I move to the East side?
With the Spurs series, I kind of seen that. I seen that happening. I did see this series being like that series for Portland, where it's like Denny's gonna get his points. I said nobody on San Antonio can guard Denny. This Denny Avia right now. So I always thought that Denny was gonna get his points, but they still had no chance against San Antonio. They just don't have what San Antonio has. People thought that because they have the young athletic wings, they have the defensive personnel with the Holidays and the Kamaras, but I just didn't. And Clinkers and down.
Ooh. Tea time. He got a phone call, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Olo for being famous, man.
Yeah, man. I seen this. Spurs gonna get them out of there. With or without Wemby, they're gonna get them out of there.
Yeah, Dylan Harper was playing his behind off the other day.
Man, I forget what he had, like 28 and 7.
Yeah, he was
Dylan
in the fourth quarter.
Dylan Harper, man, like, dude, if he develops, like, the Spurs can be the new OKC. Like, that man is 20 years old. He's like 20 years old, man. Like, he's so much potential.
Yeah,
but as for the Blazers, man, like, they had a great season. They're obviously going in the right direction. It was just a bad matchup with the Spurs overall. And, like, Denny's doing, like, all he can, but it's just, like, a bad matchup. So that's all I got to say.
It's okay. Denny's a great player, fundamentally sound, good passer, can score now. He's one of the best drivers in the league, looks like. That Pinoy Euro step that he does, man, look, being 6'9" and moving like that, with the handles, with the driving ability, and with the touch around the rim, it looks amazing. But like you said, it is a bad matchup. You got the Spurs, who are damn near similar to the Thunder, and where they have a bunch of young guys who are young, athletic, lengthy, and want to play defense. So it's just a bad matchup, man. They still had a great season, overachieved in what they thought they were going to do this season, especially with Coach Big Shot going down due to the the situation.
We don't talk about that.
So, but Tiago Splitter, I think, has done a great job. Shout out to Tiago. He was a coach for 2 weeks before taking a head coaching job. So, shout out to NBA champion Tiago Splitter. But it's over with, man. Bring out the saxophones, man. So,
I'm loving these playoffs. You know, a lot of fights happening at the end of the games. You know, reminiscent of the the '90s. You know, shout out to the '90s ball. You know what I'm saying? But I'm really excited for this game tonight with Minnesota and Denver, man. I really want to see if Minnesota have it in them to just go ahead and close the series out. You know, Dante was leaving off the court; they was clapping it up for him. I just really think, Bones and Io are kind of underrated in a sort of way. You know, not really known for like being star level players. You know, and them guys are still young, man. We got to take it to account that them dudes are NBA players, bro. Just because we don't know them or certain people don't know them by name and stuff like that, that don't mean they won't go out there and ball.
Facts.
And they've been doing it. So, Bones Highland, I'm gonna get back to the East and basically right after this. But Bones Highland has been great for the Timberwolves, and I say this all the time. Bones Highland is what the Timberwolves wanted Rob Dillingham to be, but with Rob's deficiencies on defense. Same with Bones, but Bones is more of a veteran in the NBA than Rob.
And he's smaller than them too.
Right.
What I like about Bones Highlands is that like that dude's confidence is like amazing. Like he's learning like what matchups that like he's getting, and he's just taking advantage of it. So that's what I got.
He's quick as hell. He's like a spark plug off the bench, but he moves fast as hell, brother. I ain't gonna lie to you. And then his handles, man, look, that nigga would drop me off. I ain't gonna lie.
No, I ain't guarding no Bones Highland. Handles like that at that size, 6'5".
No, he only about 6'2".
Bro,
Bones Highland 6'2".
What?
No way.
It's so funny about Bones Highland. Like every time he's in transition, he's always running with his head down, and I'm like, dude, calm down, bro. Like
he'd be out there, man. But his handles is good. He's good at getting to the lane, drawing fouls, getting to the line a little bit. Good free throw shooter, good 3-point shooter. But he comes into like because he's a small guard and he's more of a scoring guard. His efficiency does look a little lower. But it's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, he does he does his role. He's doing well at it. And shout out to Mike Conley off the bench, man. Why you had to throw that ball down to Jaden McDaniels, man?
Bro, all this time I thought Bones was like 6'4", 6'5". I did not know he was 6'2".
That boy like 6'2".
He seems taller, bro. He seems taller.
So
right.
But to the east side, what's side? My fault. To the east side, we got the 1-8 matchup between the Magic and the Pistons. Magic have a is it 2-1? Magic have
2-1.
2-1 lead against the number 2 team in the league, the number 1 seed in the East, the Detroit Pistons, man. What do you guys think about what the Magic are doing defensively and offensively to essentially eliminate Jalen Duren as a threat?
That's their key to beating the Pistons in this series. I think the Pistons for the whole season, their whole offense has been like it's Cade, right? Cade is the engine of their offense, and if Cade doesn't have 12 assists, 13 assists, 14 assists, if the ball is not moving correctly, it's like Cade can have 40 and they still lose. Because they don't have the floor spacing. They don't have they got a couple other scorers. I mean, you got Tobias Harris. He's a scorer, a consistent scorer. He can get you 17. He's been doing that for like the last 14 years out of the 15 years that he's played. But it's just not enough to be a second option. But on this team, they just don't have enough for Tobias to be the second option, for that to be enough for them to win. But yeah, I look at it, and I also look at it like this: when we talk about the teams that's going to come out the East, come out the West, and go to the finals, right? You have to look at what team, regardless of what record they had in the regular season, regardless of if they had 60 games or whatever. Look at what team the best players on those teams just rush for 20 minutes and still be up by 30, right? Like a OKC, like Boston. And Detroit can't do that at all. Like Cade has to play the whole game, and Cade, Durant, and Tobias literally have to play the whole game for them to have a chance to win a game. So I'm sorry. Even though Orlando is the A seed, which they shouldn't have been. Everybody on this panel knows that Orlando really could have been the 5th seed if not for the injuries and how bad they were as a 3-point shooting team in the regular season. So,
yeah, I think that it's tough because, and mind you, let's try, and I know it's not on purpose. Let's try and keep the background noise to a minimum. If you're not speaking and you do have background noise, if you could just go on mute. We like to repurpose this content for both on TikTok and YouTube. So just trying to keep the audio clean. On this part, we usually don't have an issue with people thinking that there's more than one microphone, but in the event that it is, they might have to just get the fuck up out of here, man. So just keep that in mind for everyone that is up here. I know it's not on purpose. You good, brother? But yeah, I think with the Pistons offense, the Magic are doing a great job of essentially keeping Jalen Duren off of the offensive glass, which is where he's been able to strive a lot this season. And the Magic are doing a really good job of keeping him off the offensive glass and just boxing him out in general. Like their gang rebounding is on an elite level, and they're making sure that he's not going to be a threat. If they lose, it's not because of him rebounding.
Yes. Wendell Carter and Paolo, they have been getting boards.
I honestly think it's a few key factors to this series, and I'm glad you mentioned that just a second ago inside about them boxing Duren out, because when you think about the team that they have, I believe they have Tobias Harris playing the 4, right? And we already know he's not going to be much of a matchup for Paolo.
Nope.
And then they have the other young guy, Wagner. So they pretty much can team rebound, gang rebound, whatever you want to call it. The Pistons only really have 2 really good rebounders, maybe 3, I would say, with
Sarr's a good rebounder too. Yeah,
Sarr's a good rebounder.
And it's not and Paulo. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I just want to say this real quick. I think the other major factor is the Pistons shooters or ooters, if you want to say that, they're just not really doing much. The few shooters that they do have, they're not really good. You know, the damn Magics have Jalen Suggs out there hitting shots, and that's bad for a series.
He never hit those shots, man. Now you want to come and he start hitting shots. That shit crazy, man.
Desmond Bane. The Pistons ain't got no Desmond Bane on their squad.
So and Desmond Bane's been good. I do like. Go ahead, Kieran.
I was gonna say Jalen Duren's been atrocious this entire series.
Told you, man.
I thought this would be a Jalen Duren series because I didn't think Orlando would have the size to match up with them. But
they do got the size. But Todd say Wendell.
That's the thing.
I mean, like, yeah, it's just like I don't know, like physicality battle. I'd take Jalen Duren over those guys, but
over Batase?
I think so. Like, yeah, like
I thought so too. It's just the Magic are doing. The Magic are doing a great job of eliminating him from what he's good at, which is the offensive rebounding. And also just the rebounding in general. They're boxing him out, along with the fact that the Pistons can't really hit shots right now. And Paulo Banchero for the Magic has been great. They turned him into a point forward,
a mid range.
He's hitting a mid range shot. He's making the right reads, man. I like what I'm seeing.
The one thing I like now is that like Paulo's like actually shooting with confidence. Like
I feel money from the mid range, money.
Like yeah, I saw the stat like he was shooting 28% from mid range at one point during the season. Like
terrible.
It was terrible, and I think this series he's shooting like 45%, which is really good for him. So
yeah, he's doing amazing this series, and I was one of the players, one of the people that was a super harsh critic of PB No J, but I will give credit where it's due. That guy is hitting his shots from the mid range area and a little bit from 3, just a tiny bit, and he's making the right passes. They've turned him into like this point forward variant, and he's doing amazing at the role. So I do like what I'm seeing from Paolo Banchero. Absolutely.
Also, like I think also the problem is that when you only have one guy that can self-create for himself, I think like your offense is just capped because their half-court offense.
What I was saying.
Like their half-court offense is really bad. Like, and the thing is that Jalen Duren, I saw improvement of self-creation, but like he just doesn't have it this series at all.
It's not enough.
He looks like Sengun in game 1.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's horrible. But
No.
they're gonna have to get more out of Jalen Duren if they're gonna win the series for sure.
They want to get more out of everybody.
Like this man had 5 rebounds in game 4. 5. Or game 3. Sorry.
Yeah, just garbage, man. Just trash. Just not rebounding the ball, and it's not his fault. But it is his fault. He needs to get more active. He needs to go watch some Dennis the Menace film because he needs to get back on the glass, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. But
And I do not like. I know. We love Asura Thompson's energy, his defense, his all around play. Rebounding and passing, the ability to slash and cut to the basket and score in transition. What he does, I know all of that. But him and Ron Holland being on the floor is part of the problem.
Yeah.
Hey, one question, fellas.
Two
Can anyone
Draymonds.
confirm
There's two
for me-
Draymonds on the court. Go ahead.
Can anyone confirm for me if Wendell, Carter, Paolo, and Fonz are all 6'10"?
they are all 6'10".
Yes.
Oh, wow, that's really nasty. Work right
Yeah.
there.
And Bataze 6'10", Bataze be blocking some shots, boy. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm telling you, man.
I think Bataze could be a starter somewhere.
He's our
Starter
enforcer. He's our
does
enforcer.
everything you want, even with him being an enforcer. Everything you want from a starting big man, he's good at. He just doesn't get as much playing time because he's playing behind Wendell Carter, who's also pretty good at those. But he's
And can
great. He
space the
rebounds the
floor.
ball. He blocks shots. He has footwork around the rim. He rolls hard. Man, look, he could be a starting center somewhere. I think that the Magic have a good team, but to get to the rest of the East, we have the 2-7 Philly Celtics series. Boston's up 3-1. Philly ended up taking a game in what was that, game 2? But
Game 2.
Game 2, yeah.
what do y'all think about the Boston Philly series?
It's over.
It's been over.
Yeah, it's over.
Celtics from top to bottom are just a better team.
Yep.
Honestly, they could shoot like 30% from 3. They probably would still win.
Yes.
The Sixers in game 2, they shot like 56% from 3. I knew they were never going to do that again. But I do think you have to ask yourself that like the Sixers have VJ Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey. You're going to have to build around them instead of Joel Embiid at this point. I think Joel Embiid can still be a great player, but I just don't think he fits the timeline for the Sixers anymore.
Nope. Trust the process, and the process has been going on since 2014, man. Next question.
That's out of here. That's
Man,
ain't no process over
They
here.
need to go ahead and open up that task manager and click end process, because that's done.
And fire Nick Nurse too.
And Nick Nurse, I loved Nick Nurse as a coach for the Raptors, and I loved when they signed him after Doc can't coach Rivers. Great defensive adjustments. Just not coaching well this season. This season, man. He's just not coaching well at all. He's not making the same adjustments he used to make. He's relying too much on ISO heavy ball. It's just it just doesn't look right.
And could this be a part of him not having his number 2 option and number 3 option for a decent part of the year?
I mean, sure. Shout out to Off the Weed P, but sure, I think it is a part of that. But I don't know if it even matters because you're playing against the Celtics, who got a well-oiled machine. They come back. Jason Tatum, shout out to him, coming back playing like greatness. I don't think it would have mattered because we've seen Joel Embiid in the playoffs. We've seen Tyrese Maxey take a step forward, but we also seen him score 31 points on 31 shots.
Speaking of Jason Tatum, I think this is the best basketball he's playing of his career so far.
Is it?
In the playoffs right now, I think he's playing the best he's ever played.
Really?
I actually agree. The
passes that he's making, like,
you just saying overall game?
Overall, the shot is like the shot selection's really good. He's finding advantages for his teammates, and he's not as good as defensively, I'll say, but he's still good enough to where I can say he made improvements to his game.
He's still versatile. He's still serviceable.
He's not. No, yeah. What he means when he says he's not as good on defense, that doesn't mean that he's bad. He's still
he's
above average and great defensively. It's just not what he was doing the last season or the season before.
Yeah, it's just like the Achilles. It's like hindering his mobility. But it's like, okay, it's fine.
Because I've seen some Tatum defense on Kevin Durant, and I'm talking about arm like this. I'm like, oh shit, he over here sliding feet, hand up. I said, damn boy, you ain't playing no games this. You trying to get a ring? So shout out to them. They got the ring, but I do think they win this series, and I think because they are winning this series, which we know they were going to do eventually, they're the favorites to go to the finals, man. I don't believe in the Knicks at all to get to the Knicks series.
No,
man.
Tied series between the Knicks and the Hawks, man. I don't believe in the Knicks at all, man. I've seen time and time
I might
again,
go with the Hawks,
year
man.
after year, Jalen Brunson not be the solution, not be the answer.
I'm a Knicks fan, and I think it's more of a Jalen Brunson issue. I think part of the issue this year is like really Cat, and I don't think it's Cat's fault. I don't understand why Mike Brown is realizing like, hey, Cat has the size advantage in this series, and you're waiting until like game 4 to actually like maximize him and take advantage of the mismatches that he has.
I don't think it's Cat's fault. I think it's
not.
we're too stuck up on the Jalen Brunson, and no disrespect to the Knicks players. We're too stuck
Yeah.
up on the Jalen Brunson self-creation. And
Yes.
we're not looking at Cat the way we should be looking for Cat. He has the size advantage. He
Yes.
has the skill to do it. And when he's getting the opportunities, he is performing. It's not like he's playing like shit. He's playing well when he gets the opportunities. It's just he's not getting as much as he should have. I think that he should have got a lot more opportunities all season. But I think with Mike Brown, he's trying to use Brunson too much. And it's not a bad thing because Jalen Brunson is a great player, but he's trying to use him too much when you have other players who you could also be using. Now, Josh Hart,
Like
get off the
Bridges,
floor, man. You can't shoot.
OG.
I think like the thing about Brunson, like what like annoys me as a Knicks fan, and I will always admire Brunson because like he's part of the reason why the Knicks are in this position anyway. Like there's just like so many like times at the end of games where you have Brunson with the ball and he just gets blitzed and he's too small to make the advanced reads as other point guards in the league.
Right. And the difference, okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Go ahead.
The difference between Jalen Brunson and players like Chris Paul, who are also the same size, is Chris Paul is, as a passer and a playmaker facilitator, miles ahead of Jalen Brunson. So Jalen Brunson is great at scoring. He's a good passer, but he's not a good enough passer in terms of his size to when that blitz does come, he can't make the advanced reads or those passes that like Chris Paul could, and those types of players. So it's not his fault necessarily, but he's just not as good a passer to be able to make those advanced reads with the blitzes coming, with that length coming. When he's in that position, it's hard to make those passes. So
also with Chris Paul, like the thing about Chris Paul is that he's not a liability on defense too. Like Chris Paul was getting hunted when he was older because he just wasn't the defender. But like you knew like when it came to playoff time, no one was hunting Chris Paul because he's a really annoying defender.
Nah, they were hunting him. It just wasn't working.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, but like the Knicks and Hawks series, I mean, I thought Cat hasn't been a liability on all in defense. I thought he's been playing actually pretty good.
Been great on defense.
It's just like they gotta figure out how to consistently attack the matchups with a Kongwu instead of just relying on Jalen Brunson to ISO ball the entire game.
Yes.
It looks bad, man. It looks, and that's what I said too. It's like we know Jalen Brunson's a great isolation player, but this is the playoffs, man. ISO is not gonna work. It's not gonna work. ISO works in spurts. It doesn't work as your primary offense. Why? Nope. Because this is the playoffs. They're gonna key in. When you bring the same look every time down the floor, it's not gonna work all game. It might work for the first quarter. It might work for spurts in the middle of the game. But as your primary offense, a 40% look is not going to work. You want to look for the other, and it's no disrespect to Brunson because he's great in those situations. But like they used to say about Jeffrey, man, he's not going to outscore the whole team, and it's not his fault. He is making passes, he is passing the ball, but the primary offense being ISO is not going to work in the playoffs, man. It's not.
I would also
we're not shooting 49.5% from the field.
Mm-hmm. I would also utilize. This might sound crazy, but I would also utilize OG Anunoby in the pick and roll too. Like he's a very athletic wing that can get downhill, and he's been playing great. Like he's probably been our best player throughout this entire series. I still got the Knicks in 6, but We'll see, man. We'll
I don't
see.
got the Knicks and shit, man. It could be Brunson. It could be Lunson. It could be that's tough. Tragic Bronson. Hawks and five, man. Look, and there's no disrespect to the Knicks. I just seen time and time again, man, especially against ATL Drakes. The ATL Drakes got something going on. Shout out to CJ, the DJ, man. Going crazy.
Shout out Kaminga too.
Shout out to Kaminga.
Also, shout out Quinn Snyder. Like, Quinn Snyder, I've always thought, like, should have been, like, in the conversation for Coach of the Year. They're just not going to give it to him because...
politics and narratives.
Yeah, like, Joe Mazzulla, like, no one thought the Celtics would be here. JB Bickerstaff's done a solid job, so...
Mitch.
Yeah, Mitch, too. Like, but I personally would have voted for Quinn Snyder, but that's just me.
He's a great coach, and go ahead.
I think the Knicks' problem is what the Pistons' problem is, just in reverse.
That's fair.
The Pistons don't have the guys to utilize alongside Cade, but the Knicks have the guys to utilize alongside Brunson. They're just not using them good enough.
Cook.
OG Anunoby is great in the pick and roll, and I say this because he has the reputation for being Mikal Bridges on the Suns. They put him into a role. The coach puts him into a role. Mike Brown, man, I'm sorry, man. Mike Brown, man.
Pack it up.
I want him gone.
Why do we fire a defensive coach to bring in a worse defensive coach? Doesn't make any sense, man.
Bro, like, I told Knicks fans, right? Like, yeah, like, does Thibodeau have his problems? Yeah, he's going to play, like, his starters heavy minutes. But I'll tell you one thing, right? Tom Thibodeau does know matchups.
Like, he knows, like the back of his fucking head.
Exactly. And I asked Knicks fans on Twitter, do you think we would be down or tied 2-2 in the series if we had Thibodeau? And they said, yeah. And I'm just like, how? Like,
Thibodeau would have been up 3-2 in this series. He would have been up 3-1 in this series.
Yeah, it's just like I understand why getting rid of Thibodeau, but just going to Thibodeau to Mike Brown, that was just stupid.
It's fine if you want to get rid of Thib, which I don't think they should have, but I think the time had just come. Let's make a change.
I think they should have waited until this year to get rid of Thibodeau. That was my opinion.
Yeah, but
they didn't go far.
Even if you want to get rid of Thibodeau, you don't fire Thibodeau to bring in a coach that does the same thing but worse. That doesn't make any sense.
No, it's not even that. Like, we went to the conference final last year, and we still fired him.
No, and that's what I'm saying. I don't think they should have fired him. But if you were going to fire him, why the hell are you firing him to bring in? You fire Thibodeau to bring in a coach that you just think is tremendously better. You don't fire Thibodeau to bring in Mike Brown. We know Thibodeau's a better coach than Mike Brown.
Yeah, come on, man.
First of all, you don't fire Thibodeau until the season is completely done. You see what other coaches are being fired. You see what players are available. The Knicks fucked up because they got rid of him and signed Mike Brown before everyone else got fired and all of the movement started last season.
Man,
yeah.
I would have fired if and like I said, I love Tibbs as a coach. 08, amazing job defensively. We've seen time and time again Thibodeau make deep playoff runs with the Bulls, even with the Timberwolves for a little bit, man. Tibbs is a great coach, and because if they were going to fire him, you don't fire a defensive coach to bring in a defensive coach. You fire a defensive coach to make a culture change. Bring in Mike Malone or something. Bring in, you know what I'm saying? But don't fire Tibbs to bring in Mike Brown.
I just think it's annoying. I just think it's annoying that like Tibbs got fired for overachieving last season. That's what annoys me.
No, I don't think anyone because he refused to allow his bench players to get any meaningful burn, and that directly led to them imploding in the playoffs because everybody was either hurt or had nothing left in the tank.
Hey Angel. Hey,
yes, sir.
Hey Tom. We like what you're doing with the team. We would just like to see you utilize more of the team instead of just a starter. Simple combo, right? Simple combo.
Right.
What's his name? Dolan?
Yeah.
What's his Dolan?
James Dolan.
Yeah, Dolan. Look, Tibbs, we like what you're doing. Just try and utilize the players more. You're doing a great job. Made it to the conference finals. Made it multiple deep playoff runs. Just come on, man. Expand the roster just a little bit, man. That's it. You don't got to fire him. What the hell are we doing?
You can't get mad at him not playing the bench when the bench was doo doo.
Like back.
That's true.
So, but man, look, man, to end out the NBA recap, man, we went through the Pistons, we went through the Hawks, Knicks, we went through the Celtics, Sixers. We have the last one in the East, which would be the series that's tied 2-2 as well between the 4 and the 5 seed Cavaliers and the Raptors. Man, the game they played last night was slow,
terrible,
slow
They couldn't
pace,
hit anything.
defensive game, couldn't hit
Yeah,
shots.
they couldn't hit that.
What do y'all think about the Cavs and the Cavs Raptors series, man?
Disappointing.
I did not like. I thought the Cavs would win in 5.
After that first game, yeah,
After the first 2 games, really.
yeah.
But dude, that game was terrible.
Ooh-wee.
Like I understand people like defensive like matchups, but like
Yeah.
it was more just like bad offense. Like Donovan Mitchell at the end of the game is like turning the ball over on a violation. Like, dude, Donovan Mitchell was the worst player on the floor yesterday. He was terrible.
I have a clip I'm gonna show y'all. Y'all can keep talking, but it's a specific clip because I was doing a mini film session yesterday, which those are gonna start happening a lot more on Sunday nights. Film session with Inside the Arc. Sundays at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, man. So definitely check that out. But I was doing a film session with that and I saw the plays and I'm looking at Donovan Mitchell like, man, James Harden's making this pass 10 times out of 10 and it would be 2 points. But instead it's like Donovan Mitchell comes through in that lane and he's shooting up these widely contested floaters, man. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. 6 for 24 for Donovan Mitchell yesterday.
Hey, tell us Ingram's shooting splits. I think it was like what 5 for 25 or something like that.
They
No,
all
in a game where RJ Barrett shot 8 for 22. Brandon Ingram shot really bad. The only one that really couldn't get a shot was Scotty Barnes. And Donovan Mitchell is just flat out terrible.
Hey, they talk about James Harden's defense, but I pointed it out yesterday on FYF. Shout out to James Harden for containing Ingram in the second half because he was guarding Ingram a lot.
I saw some of that on the film yesterday too. He was sliding through screens, navigating screens, getting skinny around the screens and contesting. I said, "Oh shit, who you feeling like?"
So the one thing I hated on Twitter yesterday is everyone was talking about James Harden's turnovers. And they're like,
"Hey,
this is why
like 6 turnovers in the first half."
He had 6 turnovers, but like, this is supposed to be Donovan Mitchell, like as the guy, and Donovan Mitchell unfortunately hasn't been that guy
outside of the first 2 games. Yeah,
like, and Evan Mobley. I don't know what happened to his defense, but he's been atrocious on defense.
I don't know about that one.
In this entire series.
I don't know about that one.
He hasn't been what it was, but
yesterday he was good, but before that he has not been good. But on defense, but like, I don't understand why people are jumping to the conclusion with James Harden, but like Donovan Mitchell is supposed to be this playoff riser. He hasn't done it this series. He hasn't done it.
The first 2 games, Donovan Mitchell was cooking. But game 3 and game 4, he has been dookie.
It's been terrible.
So yeah, man, that's the playoffs, man. We not only talk basketball, we watch basketball, and that's from anyone who's on the panel, man. So to the people that only want to talk about 2 NBA players of all time, man, get the fuck up out of here, man. We don't care about that GOAT debate. We don't care about, man. It's the playoffs, and y'all worried about a damn GOAT debate. Next fucking question. I ain't gonna lie. But to get to the main topic, man, we're here to talk about whether or not gravity is being overused in these NBA discussions, because I believe it is. I think that gravity is being used in ways to uplift players that aren't as strong as playmakers, to try and give them a stat that makes them a playmaker. And we are going to explain today, at least I aim to eradicate all Zesty Jeffrey logic, why gravity is not what you guys think it is.
Go ahead and cook them inside.
It's we here. That's what we're here to talk about, man. So hey, tune in, tap the screen, share the live out, man. The Hardwood Authority show every Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But at this point, gravity is probably the most abused word in basketball discourse. Every player has gravity depending on what they are and what they do on the floor, man. So when we use, oh yeah, absolutely, Kieran. When we use gravity to uplift certain players' playmaking abilities, it doesn't make sense. What I mean is, role players have gravity, spot up shooters have gravity, playmakers have gravity. Today we got to talk about it because some of these guys are using gravity to lie about who's actually impacting the game. So this is the Hardwood Authority. Follow us, man. The Hardwood Authority show. Follow this page as well. We're live every Monday, man. First things first. I wanted to talk about it. Real gravity is when your presence forces defensive reactions before you even touch the ball. But the problem is that a lot of players do that who aren't good playmakers. For example, that guy who can't hit a shot right now for the Pistons, Duncan Robinson, led the NBA in gravity besides Stephen Curry because he wasn't eligible. Duncan Robinson has the same level of gravity as Stephen Curry. That doesn't mean that Duncan Robinson is doing all this playmaking and just creating advantages for his teammates. No, we're just respecting him as a shooter. Respecting him as a shooter, respecting him as a cutter because he's one of the best cutters in the league. I'll give it to him. And things of that nature. Gravity is off-ball attention, defensive shifts, help positioning, changing and shifting the spacing on the floor. Doesn't directly define you and mean that you're creating advantages for your team. Could just mean that we're just respecting you as a shooter. That's it, man. Why would we leave Duncan Robinson to shoot a 3-ball? Why would we leave one of the best shooters in the league to shoot an open 3-ball? Doesn't make sense. So, it just doesn't make any sense, man. So what do y'all, before we get started, man, what do y'all think about this gravity term that people keep trying to use to tell us that players are good playmakers?
Let's see what our new guest got to say. Right here.
That's my twin,
Breaker's
man.
choice.
My twin, man. She don't got no She don't got no ball knowledge.
Oh, go.
Oh yeah, I know absolutely nothing about basketball.
Sorry, man.
Go, James. What you think about the gravity term, man?
Hey, I just think it's, I think it's properly rated for certain guys, but then we just going league wide. That's when it's getting a little nasty because, certain guys just have certain things they have to do on the floor. If a certain guy is not being used properly, how will we not be able to see what he's actually able to do? Like Luke Kennard. Before Austin Reeves went down, before Luka went down, he was just being mainly used as a shooter, right? So his gravity is
not even a shooter, as a spacer, because he wasn't even getting that shit.
Yeah, his gravity would be him, being able to spot up or, his movement shooting or something like that. But now we see all the stuff that he's able to do, creating shots for himself, creating for others. Now, does this mean that he has the same type of gravity as Stephen Curry? Not necessarily. But if we want to just say what their skill set is, I mean, you could possibly say they're in the same class as far as gravity wise, but I mean, they just two different players. Stephen Curry's been proven over the years. This is a small game sample size for Luke. But like I said, in my opinion, I think gravity is just being used in the wrong way for certain guys. We just need to leave gravity to the guys that clearly, like I saw one play back in the finals where I want to say LeBron and a couple of guys ran to Stephen Curry, and they just basically let the one guy, I want to say that was KD, just get straight to the lane and dunk the ball. Like, that's the type of gravity I'm talking about. If you worried about a guy shooting a damn 3 versus a guy that's just basically running to the lane finna score the ball, I mean, that's saying a lot.
Absolutely, and that's what I say too. Like, the gravity is not what makes someone a good playmaker. It's the ability to one, attract the attention from the defense, and two, make the defense pay after you attract the defense. So Duncan Robinson, actually pretty good as a passer out of his, whether he comes off the flare actions, off the down screens. He's not bad at coming off and making the right pass, but it's a simple pass. It doesn't mean he's a good playmaker. It just means that he's doing what he's supposed to do when two people are on him. just pass to the dude that's open. It's simple. Like when Duncan Robinson comes off of a screen, he comes off, maybe he's running down, he gets into the Air Force shot. It's not there, pass to the dude that's slipping to the rim. Simple.
Yep.
And the reason why I say gravity doesn't work is because if you look at Kevin Durant in the Lakers series, he has hella gravity because every time he got the ball, it's three people on him. That doesn't mean he's a good playmaker. Why? Because we've seen what happens, 9 turnovers. He has the gravity, it's not doing shit. Doesn't work. So, I mean, we have to really talk about this and really break this down because people don't understand really what the fuck they're talking about, for lack of better words. Honestly.
Right.
Because people, a lot of times... Go ahead.
No, I'll wait. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, so basically, in my opinion, there's only 3 people in this world that has gravity. You know who those people are, host?
Go ahead.
Tell us.
Your mother, your father, and your coach. Your mother and your father can tell you to get off the court or not.
Good.
And your coach can tell you to get off the coach and how to guard your player.
Good.
My defensive strategy as a coach is that inside is going to hard press and get and jam the point guard and funnel him into the paint, and just and that's how we're going to guard on. Or if my strategy is we're going to give him a cushion, so you feel me? He can't go on the screens or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
If your coach isn't telling you to do something, it's not happening. Like even on a regular basketball court in your local neighborhood, people are not out there just running around and doubling and tripling because of no gravity. If you don't got the ball, if you can't shoot and don't have a dribble, you have 0 gravity. How much gravity does Luke Cornett have on the Spurs without the ball? 0 gravity.
But Angel, he can space the floor out, so people have to respect him.
Brother.
Airbud can space the floor out.
Hey, shout out to Airbud, man. Airbud got to get a job in the league, man. They got a new movie coming out. Salute to Airbud, man. Airbud sponsor us.
So is it okay for me to say that there are different levels to gravity?
Yeah, it's levels to this shit.
Because I could say a guy that's a really good shooter like Steph Curry, he has his own set way of having his gravity as far as his shooting ability and the floor spacing.
But again, he's the reason why Stephen Curry is so good, and people don't like to admit it because they like to think he's a shooting guard. New world. Shit, something stuck in my throat. But Stephen Curry's a great passer. And when he comes off those situations, you do have to step up and play at the level or hedge or blitz, because if not, he's gonna deep fry you like Popeye's chicken after Sunday church. But when you do that, you're now letting Stephen Curry. All you have to do is come off that pick over the top to Draymond. Now you got Draymond in a 4-on-3, right?
Okay, so let me put it to you like this, then, bro. Let me use a guy like a Klay Thompson or a Reggie Miller, right? Strictly, just they level of gravity that they would have just strictly off of the shooting or the floor spacing, right? But then you could have a guy like a Rondo or a Chris Paul. Well, I would just stick with Rondo. He's got his own, you know what I'm saying, level of gravity because of his playmaking and the way he can spread, you know what I'm saying, get the guys to spread the floor for him, breaking down the defense, all types of things. So for me, that's why I say different players have their own different way of having
types of gravity. I agree, because guess what? Rondo is obviously not a strong shooter. Got better in the later tens of his career, especially in the 2020 season, 40% 3-point shooter. But he's not someone that's going to have shooting gravity. He's not someone that's going to have scoring gravity. He can score when he decides he wants to, when he's feeling himself in a good game, but he's not necessarily going to have that gravity. But letting him do whatever he wants is not going to work either, because like we've seen with Mark Jackson in the 98 finals and with any point guard in NBA history, they still and sometimes are guarding applying ball pressure to Rondo, because when you take away his greatest asset, which is his IQ, his playmaking, it also takes away from the rest of the team's offense. So Rondo may not have shooting gravity, but a lot of times you're going to see people ball pressuring, being all up in his grill because when you take away the factor of the offense, which is the original point of the playmaking and facilitating for Rondo, it takes away from the rest of the offense. When you make it hard on the passer to make passes, whether it's taking an extra dribble, like we had a conversation with JB and Six Pick yesterday, whether it's taking away the passing, making you take an extra dribble or two, taking 3 to 4 extra seconds off the shot clock, all of that matters when it comes to offense. So someone could have gravity without even being a good shooter because you don't want them doing the right thing. Another thing, I broke this down in the film session last night. Anytime anyone has gravity when going to the rim, anyone. It could be PJ Tucker in the league. It could be it could be TJ McConnell, who's pretty good at the rim. This is a bad example. It could be any of those guys, right? Anytime you go to the rim, no matter what, pretty much 99% of the time, there's going to be someone there to provide some sort of resistance at the rim. Why? Because the number one shot that teams do not want to give up is shots at the rim. Why? Because if you're open at the three-point line, yeah, you'll make it 35 to 40% of the time, and that's pretty good. When you're at the rim, if you're open, what's the chances you're missing an open shot at the rim? Little to none. Little to none. So no matter what, if someone's going to the rim, you're gonna have gravity. Why? Because anytime you go to the rim, you're gonna shift over. You're gonna attract defense, especially when you're an uber finisher like a Giannis. When you're an uber finisher like a LeBron James. When you're an uber finisher like a D Rose. When you're an uber finisher like Russell Westbrook. All these guys have gravity without being elite shooters like these people like to talk about. Even Mike, it doesn't matter. When you're going to the rim, you're gonna collapse the defense. So when you have the ability to get to the rim and also pass and make the right read after getting to the rim, that is what gravity really is.
Yep.
And I got 2 more points. Like I like the one play where Reed Shepard received the ball in the backcourt where they were taking it out on the sideline. And LeBron would chase this man all the way to the damn other end of the court to try to steal the ball. And in certain ways, to me, that's a form of gravity because, I mean, it was a pivotal moment in the game, but he could have easily just waited till he got to the other end of the court and tried to steal the ball. But he was, you know what I'm saying, attracted to him to try to get the ball. But I like the one part that you brought up with Mark Jackson. Well, we watched a certain film of Scottie Pippen guarding this man the whole damn length of the court. Like, this man he's not much of a threat to score. Like that, he can't score. Yeah.
Can't score.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what's attracting Scottie to him that badly that he had to guard him the whole 94 foot? You know what I'm saying? It's that playmaking. It's the gravity for playmaking.
Absolutely.
Yo.
And we got Cardell in the building, man. What's going on, brother? How you feeling today?
What up, bro?
So I seen you was making some comments. What was you talking about, man?
Yeah, I was just asking you, did height matter? Height matters in basketball. What you were saying makes sense. Yeah, the closer you are to the rim, the more gravity, but you don't want a 6'2" guy at the rim, right? Don't you think? More so than a 6'10" Giannis.
I don't disagree with you.
Right. I was just saying that. Don't you think that matter?
Yeah, it matters, but it doesn't change the point. The whole point was that someone going to the rim has gravity, no matter what. Doesn't matter.
I'm just saying, who's more efficient?
It doesn't matter if you're 2.5 feet tall. It doesn't matter if you're 9 feet tall. When you go to the rim, you have gravity. Matter? I'm sorry?
Because last time I checked, the taller guys are more efficient at the rim than the shorter guys.
I didn't disagree with you, sir.
That's my point.
I don't know what that has to do with the conversation.
Yeah, that's the point. That's my point.
What does that have to do with the combo?
That's what I'm saying. That don't matter. I'm saying
what they got to do with what we talking about?
What does that have to do with the point?
What does that got to do with what we talking about?
He brought up Giannis. Giannis is 6'10" versus to a 6'2", 6'3 and a half, 6'3" Kyrie Irving.
Okay,
tough shit.
He's a great finisher at the rim, but do you think Kyrie Irving's a better finisher than Giannis?
I never said that that guards are as efficient at the rim as people who are 6'10". What I said is, and I quote, that no matter what.
Asking you.
What do you ask? That don't got nothing to do with the point. Whether you
So height
6'2",
don't matter. Okay, I got you. Height
that's
don't
not
I ain't
matter.
what
gonna
I
lie, this is
said.
funny as
Height
hell.
don't matter in
Yo,
basketball.
what
Got
That's
going
you.
not what
on?
I
What y'all
said,
talking about?
All right, all right, all right.
brother
That's
man.
what you just said. You
No,
just said it
sir, that's
don't
not what I
matter.
said, sir. I need you. We are all grown in here. I need you to listen critically. I said, no matter you're 6'2" or 6'10", you could be the shortest player on the court. You could be the tallest player on the court. When you're going to the rim, when you're getting paint touches, you have gravity because no matter what,
Yes.
you're gonna bring some sort of resistance at the rim because
You're
it's
gonna
the number
I
collapse the
one
disagree.
shot
defense.
they don't want to
Yeah,
have on an NBA team. So it has
yeah,
nothing to do
that
with height. I never said
Yeah, I
height doesn't
disagree. So
matter.
you basically saying height don't matter.
That's not what
You
I'm
just
That's
saying,
said
not
sir.
you
what.
literally
That's
just said
not.
you
That's
said it don't
not.
matter if
Okay.
they
Okay,
short
my nigga.
or it
That's
don't
not
matter
what
if they
he's
tall. You
saying.
saying the
That's
height
not
doesn't
what he's
matter.
saying.
You
That ain't what
just
he's
said
not what he's
you
saying.
just said it
When
doesn't matter
people
if you're
drive,
short
when
or you
people
don't matter if
drive,
you're
they gonna
tall. That's what you
always
just said,
create.
right, bro?
Thank you, They gonna always create CEO. Thank attention, you, bro.
Oh,
CEO.
Thank
It
you,
don't
bro.
matter who you
CEO.
is.
I mean
If you
that's
drive to
basic.
the paint, you gonna create some sort of attention.
I mean that's
Period. Thank you,
fundamental,
CEO.
bro.
See,
That's
you
Come on,
comprehend
bro.
what
fundamental
I'm
Guys.
saying.
Hold on,
That
hey
What's
doesn't
so?
family.
Why is
diminish
that so hard to
the shot just
comprehend?
because you create
Hey
that
if
family,
you're
attention.
let's try it. Let's and real quick, family. Let's try and I know it's kind of harder when we in heated, but let's try and keep it to one mic at a time. All I'm saying is this: I'm not saying that height doesn't matter. What I'm saying is that regardless of what your height is, when you're going to the rim, you draw attention. Yes, right or wrong.
yeah,
Facts.
yes,
You're right.
that's
Correct.
facts,
Yes,
I don't know why that's so hard to
that's true.
understand.
bro. If you're in the teeth of the defense, bro, who will want a free 2 points, bro? That's just basic basketball.
It's
But
simple.
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
can't,
I
I
don't know
can't
what's so
believe
hard to
that.
comprehend.
Hey, he watch a lot of Joker film.
Well, I was just asking
When guys drive to the lane and
can I ask
Joker
One
my
get
mic,
question
y'all.
in a
One
defended.
mic,
better
y'all.
version?
Let's
Go
go,
ahead,
James
Cardell.
Smith. Let's go.
No,
He to my Joker.
no, I'm saying that the
Because I'm gonna
one
make my
guy that's
shit quick.
asking about the
One
height
mic.
stuff, he watches a lot of Joker film. We see Joker not even putting his goddamn hands up to defend
Don't
guys,
even better
but you
eye.
worrying about guys being tall enough to
Joker,
score the
who the fuck called
goddamn
him
rim.
Joker?
I'm just
I'm just
let's
saying,
let's
bro.
stick to the
Yeah,
point.
but
All I'm
Joker is
saying
a
is
Joker is a big that don't play defense
Cardell.
though.
All I'm
That's like,
saying
yeah. What are
is
you talking about?
no matter how tall, how short or tall you are, when you go to the rim, do you not cause defensive attention?
You have to,
I get what you're saying inside. Yeah. 1,000% inside.
That's all I'm saying.
I basically wanted to ask you,
oh
did
man,
efficiency matter then? I guess
Well,
does efficiency matter
efficiency,
when
even
you
if
get that attention? Like what you do with it?
efficiency, but like I'm saying,
That's a valid
even with
question,
the
though.
efficiency, yeah, that's fine. I can answer the question. Even if someone shot 20% from the field, if they drive to the rim, you're going to get defensive attention. That's all. That's the only point I'm making. And you just
But if
said
they
it
shoot
yourself.
20% at the rim, you gonna want them to keep shooting at
No
the
one
rim
shoots
20%
20%
at
at
the
the rim,
rim.
sir.
That's not you gonna
that
No
that's
one shoots
impossible.
20% at the rim,
that's
sir.
not
Where
winning
these numbers
basketball.
from?
No, I'm saying you missing the point. If
How
they're
can
not
you
shooting a
shoot
good
20%
percentage at
at
the
the rim?
rim,
No
you don't
one's
have to
shooting
Who
shoot
20%.
shoots
20%. I
20% at
get
the
what he's saying.
No
That's
rim?
one's
not a
shooting
good thing.
20%
Bro,
at the
no
rim.
one's missing a wide open
No one,
layup.
if no
Oh
one,
No
my
one's
no
missing
one
a
is
god.
shooting
wide open layup in the
20% at the rim wide open.
exactly,
No one's doing that.
exactly,
So
bro.
what the hell are you talking about, man? Look, come on, man. Come on, man.
Man, you need
All
to
right,
go
bro.
somewhere with them takes.
He talking about contest at the rim? Like, what is he
Y'all don't
talking about?
understand
Not
Like,
even
basketball.
not even
Like
contested
y'all
at the rim.
listen to
Nobody
I
shooting
Bojangles.
exactly,
20%.
niggas ain't
Bojangles
even
penis too.
going
so family,
20%
Cardell,
Bro,
contested,
Y'all
bro.
get
Cardell
paid to be the
says, family,
cheerleaders, bro.
Cardell
That's y'all
says that we
problem.
don't
Y'all ain't got
understand
y'all mind.
basketball. What
Y'all
about
don't
what
do
I'm
nothing but
saying is
repeat what
wrong?
Goat James tell y'all. That's all y'all do.
No,
it's not your turn to
this not
speak,
even a
sir.
GOAT debate. So what are you talking about? We talking about real basketball right now. What the hell are you talking about? Cardell says we don't know basketball, but he can't understand that when someone goes to the rim, you get defensive attention. That's just simple. No matter what. I could be the mailman that they used to play against in the 20s. If I'm going to the rim, you're going to draw defensive attention. Why? Because if I'm open at the rim, pretty much 99% of the time, if I'm wide open at the rim, is going in. Unless I'm just
Hold on,
trash.
like what? Like what are we
Unless I just blow
talking?
it.
Why is this a conversation?
Bro, if you're in the teeth of the defense, bro, you have to sort of collapse at the niggas ain't giving up no free layup, bro. I don't know
What do you
what he's
like?
talking. Niggas ain't give, you get
Hey,
taught that in
look.
middle
Nah,
school,
some
bro.
niggas is,
In
but I get what you're
elementary, bro.
saying though. Cool.
No, inside
Majority,
my
a lot of niggas giving up free layups, but I get, but majority of the league not giving up free layups, man.
Right. But even if you're giving up
Mm,
a free layup, you're still going to draw some attention because it could be a free layup.
right.
Someone's still going to be trying to go over there to get a stop. Just if they don't get
Yep.
there, sure. But you still have someone coming over to try and get a contest.
Yep.
No matter what. And that's just a fact. There's nothing to argue about that. I know you guys aren't really arguing about that. We understand basic basketball. The number one shot teams do not want to give up is an open shot at the rim. Why? Because I played basketball at a decently high level. Played a little D3 and one season at D2. I could be a player that played middle school basketball, a 5'2" point guard. If I get to the rim, there's going to be someone trying to provide resistance at the rim. That's just simple.
Exactly.
Hey, but inside, I wasn't trying to get away from the point of the conversation, but all I was saying to him was that he's trying to emphasize why height should matter if a guy is attacking the basket. And I'm simply just pointing out to him, bro, you have a guy like Jokic under the rim. You could talk about he doesn't play a lot of defense. That doesn't really matter. He's the center for the team. And even in this series, we see Ant Edwards attacking the rim. We see Ayo attacking the rim. We see Bones Highland attacking the rim. These guys are way shorter than this man.
Everybody
And there's
attacking the
no
rim.
resistance. That's what I'm saying. But we're talking about him trying to attack the point of the guys being smaller and not being more efficient because they're not more efficient than the taller guys. Like, it's really no point of even, talking about something like that.
Yeah, and Go James, to your point, yes, efficiency does matter, right? That just matters about how much defensive potential you draw, not that if you're drawing it or not. For example, a 6-foot dude driving to the rim is not going to draw, depending on their skill level at the rim, their finishing ability, is not going to draw as much attention as like a 6'8" dude who's good at the rim. You might not draw as much, you're still drawing attention, regardless of the height. That's just a fact. So you may draw more attention going to the rim, but it's not that you're drawing attention and someone else is not. Someone else is still going to draw attention when going to the rim. Simple basketball, man. These people these Zesty Jeffries don't understand that. And see, he came up here because he thinks that this is a platform for Goat James Cannon, which salute to them, brothers. But we not talking about no goddamn GOAT debate.
Facts.
This is real basketball talk right now. We don't care about a GOAT debate 24/7. We don't give a fuck about that.
At all.
So the only point I'm making in this show today, in this episode, is that people are trying to overuse gravity to uplift other players' playmaking. Kevin Durant had an immaculate gravity in this series when he played in game 2. 2 players on him, 3 players on him. That's gravity. Guess what? That doesn't mean he's playmaking. Why? 9 fucking turnovers. 9.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Inside, who is that guy under that fake gravity thing right there?
Come on.
Who's that player right there?
Oh, it's nobody. It's supposed to be a bum who can shoot.
Oh, okay.
See, yeah, it's just someone respecting a bum as a shooter because they can shoot. That's all.
Yeah.
We got someone in the guest box. Who that is, Ola?
Who was this? Neb.
What's going on, Neb? How you feeling today, man?
What's going on? I just heard your take, man. I just want to say I 100% agree with you on this gravity thing. And I play basketball as well, man. I played collegiate basketball. It's my 4th year, and I 100% agree with you. Like, people use this. What's that?
Sorry.
Oh, you good? People use that take of like, oh, like Steph Curry's gravity is the reason why he should be top 3 or top 4 ever. And I kind of did, and I, like you said, there's so many different ways that a player can receive gravity. Like,
boom,
Michael Jordan, the way that Michael Jordan was getting his gravity was on the low block, especially when he got in his later years, and you had to double team him because you couldn't let him play one-on-one. Kobe Bryant, same thing. LeBron James is more of he draws a lot of gravity in the pick and roll in his isolation.
Mm-hmm.
James Harden has one of the highest gravities I've ever seen because there was nothing you could do in his isolation, top of the key. Mm-hmm. Steph Curry does it off the ball, and I feel like people just love that off the ball term. Like, it looks cleaner, I guess you could say. It looks more like aesthetic in terms of like the respect of the game, but I just think there's so many different ways to draw gravity, and just because a guy does it off the ball better than those guys, there's so many. At the end of the day, gravity is just putting 2 people or 3 people on the ball. That's why LeBron's the best ever, because his ability to put 2 on the ball, 3 on the ball, and make proper decisions out of that, that's what I think is truly special.
Hey, who y'all feel like got most gravity right now in the league?
Technically speaking, for players that are eligible, it's Duncan Robinson. Duncan Robinson has the highest gravity in the league.
Well, hold up. You talking about that stat that y'all were talking about like a week ago?
Duncan Robinson has the highest gravity in the league.
Statistically, he has the highest gravity in the league right now.
Because of him running around the court.
What stats though? What stats y'all base that on?
The gravity stat that NBA is now implemented.
Yep.
Inside, how is that? How is that track? Like, what is that? Like, how do they even?
They track.
I ain't never heard of that.
It comes off the screen and just put two on the ball. Like, how does that work?
That's why it's dumb as fuck because we have players like Duncan Robinson.
It's so dumb.
Duncan Robinson has more gravity than LeBron James. That doesn't mean
that's the point. Yeah.
That's the point. How it's tracked is how much defensive attention you attract. So they use.
I don't feel like nobody got more gravity than Giannis.
That's what I'm saying. That's the point. All gravity is how much people respect you and what you do. Like Rondo can have
Even
gravity and be shitty.
Even when you don't got the ball though, too. When you even off the ball, that's gravity also.
Exactly. So it could be off the ball, on the ball. Mark Jackson in '98 Finals had gravity because Scottie Pippen's on his ass 94 feet. They brought some double teams. They brought some blitzes. Guess what? Mark Jackson's a great playmaker. Actually, he has no scoring threat. He's not a scoring threat at all. He still brings gravity because he's a good playmaker. He's a good passer. There's a lot of different ways players can or cannot have gravity. So when people try and use gravity as a way to say that someone is a playmaker, doesn't make sense because Duncan Robinson is not a playmaker in any way, shape, form, or fashion, and he has the highest gravity in the league.
I don't even understand how you even I'm still confused. I'm like, is it just like I don't even want to get into it. It's just crazy to believe that. I can't even believe that that's actually a stat.
They just added it.
Crazy.
They literally just added it probably 2-3 months ago.
Oh, so it's a new stat. Okay.
I'm about to tell you.
I mean,
right now,
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen anybody get triple. Like Kevin Durant probably had the most gravity I've seen in the playoffs so far this season. That was unbelievable. Like I never seen a dude get. I mean, Curry's got triple team before, but like man, like he was getting triple teamed at half. Like it was great. There was moments he'd catch the ball at the left elbow, and there was like Aiden on him and Rui and LeBron.
Who the fuck?
I lied, guys. So it's because more people have become eligible. Actually. Kevin Durant has the most gravity in the league for the regular season.
That ain't crazy.
Duncan Robinson has more gravity than Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker, Tyrese Maxey, Denny Abdia, Jamal Murray, Victor, Jalen Brunson, Jaylen Brown. All of these guys. Duncan Robinson is 9th. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4,
That's
5,
crazy.
6, 7, 8.
I can understand all them other names except probably like Denny and Jaylen Brown because they ain't got no other co-star for real. Tatum was out the whole year.
No, what I'm saying is that Duncan Robinson has more gravity than all those guys.
I know. I'm saying like I don't understand how though.
Yeah, I knew I wasn't tripping. Who the hell was that? It was somebody else that I think that was Lamont saying that he mentioned somebody that was number 1, but he did say Duncan Robinson. I think that was Johnny.
No, it was
I think
Duncan Robinson. That's who it was before more players became eligible. That's who it was Duncan.
Right. Damn. Just from running around the court, man, or standing in the corner.
That's how much gravity look, man. That's the whole point.
Y'all taking Luke Kennard or Duncan Robinson?
You know who I'm taking. I'm a Lakers fan, man.
Come on, man.
And off a basketball skill too. They both great shooters. Luke Kennard's a better shooter. He has better ball handling skills. He's a better passer. He's a better defender. Everything Luke Kennard. You know who I'm taking, man.
Everything.
Big Luke.
Everything.
And he has an in between game that I didn't know he really had that much. His mid range off the dribble is really nice. Man. Like, I didn't know he had that. I didn't know he had it that well.
Robinson ain't doing that.
If the Pistons could have a choice between Duncan Robinson and Luke Kennard, they're taking Luke Kennard.
They picking Luke Kennard, and he played in Detroit before.
Anybody taking Luke Kennard? Yeah, that's a sniper.
And just a sniper, either one of the best ball handlers. We have someone that's in the request box, but I don't see it on my end. I'm trying to bring him up.
No, I don't see it. I don't see no one on here. I think we got everybody up here. I don't see no requests now.
But
you say he's a better shooter?
Luke Kennard is a better shooter than Duncan Robinson. Yes.
He's better at everything.
Off ball shooting, all that.
Everything. He's better at everything on the basketball floor than Duncan Robinson.
So even on the defensive side of the ball, he's way better.
You don't think Duncan is better in like just any different form of 3-point shooting?
Like what? Catch
Probably
and shoot.
spot.
Maybe.
The only thing I give him is spot up. But
No,
You can't even get a spot up.
he's not getting that either. Hell no.
Yeah, he can't even get spot up.
The only
I was
thing,
talking that nice.
the only thing that Duncan Robinson has potentially over Luke Kennard is his cutting ability because he's one of the best.
Luke Kennard a better transition player than him.
Hey, that's nasty inside.
I'm being dead serious. Luke Kennard or Duncan Robinson is one of the best cutters in the league. That's the only thing I could probably give him over Luke Kennard. Anything else, passing, dribbling, shooting, defense. Finishing, anything else, nothing you can talk about on the basketball floor is Duncan Robinson better at. As a matter of fact, he's better at one more thing: being an inch taller.
Yes,
being an inch taller. That's it.
What,
one is 6'6".
I saw Luke Kennard
6'5", 6'4".
Damn.
Yep.
I ain't gonna lie. I think it's kind of recency bias for me in a way, cause
why?
I'm not
Luke
saying
Kennard
that Luke's not a great movement shooter.
Been sparking them bitches. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Yeah, he been doing this.
Man, Luke Kennard is the movement shooter. What?
I thought Duncan Robinson was that guy.
Yeah, he's that guy. He's not better than Luke Kennard.
He inconsistent.
Luke Kennard was doing it longer than Duncan
I ain't gonna lie,
Robinson.
niggas don't talk about it. Duncan Robinson inconsistent as hell.
Kennard been doing it longer than Robinson though.
He's not. Yeah, Kennard's been doing this shit for years. He was drafted in 2016. He's the movement shooter.
I just wanted to see. You know what I'm saying?
Duncan Robinson had a great playoff run in 2020, shooting the ball. Other than
that, he had like
he's
9 threes on the Grizzlies.
He's a good shooter. Duncan Robinson's a good shooter. He's not better than Luke Kennard at shooting in no way, shape, form, or fashion on any universe, Jupiter, Mars, or Earth. Hell no. Come on, man. Hell nah. Man, look.
Luke Kennard.
Come on, man. So, yeah, that's what we here to talk about, man.
Hey, Portland winning the ring this year, bitch.
What?
They finna get Greek Freak next year. Cause I watched
this dude. Wait. You said what?
You heard me, fool. They already got a game against these
this
niggas.
Man said Portland.
Man, hold on, man. This nigga think he own or something, huh?
Come on, Dad.
Dame goes back to Portland.
Oh,
now Giannis is finna follow him.
Hey, host, why the fuck you looking like that? That ain't no bad take, man.
Yeah, it's kind of hot. It's a hot one.
That is a horrible
man.
take, nigga. Who the fuck are the Blazers beating? Who are the Blazers beating next year?
I ain't gonna lie. The Blazers can get one on the what's the name?
One on
T-Wolves.
Oh.
Let me think, cuz.
Why he snapping this?
Yeah, I don't know, fool. We gonna be nice though.
Yo, you don't know. Yeah, you tripping with that one.
I ain't even no Blazers fan. I just want Dame to win one.
No.
Hey, look, I want Dame to win one too, but we can't be delusional.
But listen, they finna get Giannis next year. They got
no.
Giannis do not want to play in no goddamn Portland. What?
Come on, man. I ain't gonna lie. That's what they said he going, fool.
Who said that? Not Sham.
And who said that? And real quick, who said that? Because they also said the Rockets were sweeping.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. No, ain't no what? Yeah.
Nah, who said that?
Hey, nobody said the Rockets.
Everybody on ESPN. All
man,
you
lying, man. Stop it. You've been seeing
nobody
these TikTok
around.
streets.
Nobody
You've been
around.
seeing
Nobody
the NBA
around
streets.
Me. Nobody around me had the Rockets over the Lakers.
It sounded like people around you got basketball knowledge.
I haven't been on Twitter and media that much. That's why. But god damn, that shit was out the window.
And shout out to MP Automatic. We got MP Automatic in the building. I'm gonna say something. Then we're gonna let you get your take off, man. Look, I made a video on my personal page, Inside the Arc on YouTube. I made it Inside the Arc. Everyone can follow my shit if y'all feel like it. Man, it's at the bottom left. Inside the Arc X on YouTube. I made a video saying everyone is wrong about the Rockets Lakers series, and what I talked about has almost 1,000 views now. What I talked about was basketball reasons why they were wrong, why the Lakers were not getting swept, and why the Lakers were going to win this series. Houston's ability to turn the ball over a lot. Houston's lack of shooting. Houston's terrible half-court offense. Houston's lack of decision-making. I listed all these things. I broke it down. I didn't get into film, but I did break it down. In my comment section, they wanted to talk about, I'm tripping, Rockets 4-0, Rockets in 5, Rockets in 6. They wanted to call me crazy. They wanted to call me crazy for saying the Lakers had a chance because Luka and AR were injured. And I said, watch what's gonna happen when the series start. And then after the fact, when we went up 2-0, they said that I'm switching up because the Lakers won. Hell, I ain't switching shit up because I got a video on my channel from last week. I ain't switch shit up. But go ahead, MP Automatic. How you feeling today, man? What do you think, first of all, about the playoff atmosphere, what's going on in the NBA playoffs? And then also, what do you think about gravity?
Okay, so first of all, I'm doing good. Hope everybody else up in here having a great day. So first of all, about the playoffs, I ain't gonna lie. One is helping me push a lot of cases and a lot of agendas. One, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That man, shit, we putting up 34, 4, and 8 in the playoffs right now. If he wins another ring and another Finals MVP, we're gonna have some serious conversations about where he should be at. In my opinion,
he top 5 point guards if he win another ring.
Thank you.
In my opinion, he top 5.
Automatic. I fuck with it, and I love the Shai support because we love our new era NBA
because Shai been averaging 30.
But I am a resident Lakers fan, man. It could be OKC, KFC, UFC.
Lakers are 5.
Lakers and 5. You already know, boy. You already know.
Hey, look. Hey, Lakers strong to the end, nigga.
The Lakers not that nice. Calm down.
You're right.
Hold on. Inside CEO got something to say about the Lakers. Go ahead and say it, CEO.
Lakers not that nice. Calm down, fool. Y'all
They're not that nice.
Y'all niggas finna get beat by the next round.
It could be OKC. Matter of fact, I got a graphic for y'all. It could be OKC, KFC,
yeah, put that up. Put that up inside. Put that up.
And nigga, you think Portland nice?
Guess what? Y'all beat Thunder. Y'all not beat
This dude said Portland about to win next year. He's
Spurs,
we beat the Spurs without Luka. Man.
If y'all beat the Spurs, y'all not gonna beat the Celtics.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Hey, and guess what? Speaking of that, I gotta keep going too. Hold on, I ain't done. Cause guess what? I'm pushing another case. I'm pushing 2 more cases. One, I'll get to gravity in the second. One more person I'm pushing for. Wemby.
Oh yeah.
He wins over. Top 10 all time. Top 10. He wins over the final. He's top 10 all time already.
Nah, that's a lie. He's top 10 all time already.
No,
he's on pace to be. If he does it, he's on pace. But that's a lie. But
if he win a ring
top 10 center all time, if you
hell no, not all time yet, because that's only one year of accomplishments. If he continues, he doesn't have to win a lot. If he wins like 3,
right,
two
to
3 rings,
get injured.
Gets a couple defensive player of the years. 2 to 3 MVPs.
I was saying you top 10 center.
Man, look.
Number 1 center. What you mean?
Y'all
if he get all that, it's over with. Bitch.
Hey, Olo, read that graphic. Hey, we Lakers fans, we a little delusional
sometimes.
Might be too, but read that graphic real quick.
Hold on, CEO. It can be OKC, KFC, UFC. It's Lakers and 5.
Y'all can say that however many times y'all want.
Also, about this gravity, I ain't gonna lie. And I am so glad that this shit is a stat now because one, everything they were saying about Steph and about gravity and how this showing gravity's not a thing. If you watch the games, watch everything, even when he was on, when Kevin Durant was there, 2022, 2015, where he got robbed the Finals MVP, and I will never forgive Iguodala for that shit ever.
Damn, you're not gonna forgive Iguodala for playing defense? No,
that's not Iggy's fault.
Hey, when he held LeBron to 35 points, yeah, absolutely, yeah. We got to do it.
Look,
hey, 35 is better than 50.
I'm fine. Look, I'm fine with Iggy winning that because though he was playing really good individual defense on LeBron, Steph Curry still should have won it by NBA history. But man, I can't be mad at Iggy for playing defense.
I'm not mad at
35 that series.
I'm not mad at it, but they always gonna hold it against them for like point guard discussions or all-time ranking discussions. Like no.
Nah, he not capping on them KD Warriors. The gravity was all like on Curry.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with because I think Curry should have won it as well.
Yeah, I can go back and watch.
But I can't even hate because look, he did play good defense. I ain't even gonna lie, he played great defense. I can't be mad at a nigga for playing defense, man. Hey, look, you know what I'm saying?
I can't. And
yeah, right. Because I value defense over offense.
I'm glad gravity became a stat. I think it should have been introduced a little bit more earlier, but I'm glad it became a stat. And that's it. So I'm gonna let y'all get y'all hot takes in. Shoot, I'm gonna see if I agree or disagree.
And look, man, the hot take I have right now is that we have cake. I'm gonna say we have cake in the chat. I don't know what your name is, man. That sounded a little fruit cake.
Yeah.
But how you doing today? And what do you think about the topic, man?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm good. How about y'all?
We
Your
always
name
blessed when
crazy
the
though,
Zesty
bro.
Jeffries are
We
in
good. We
here
good.
crying, man. What you think, though?
All right. So you're talking about gravity, right? We're not on a different topic.
Yeah, gravity.
Yeah. So I mean, I feel like it's definitely been a thing. I mean, Steph's literally the perfect example. He's basically the standard. I will say, obviously, credit to KD in those finals, but I will say the main reason he got those MVPs was because of Curry. He wasn't getting half the attention Curry was because Curry's gravity. Like that's a guy you just can't leave open the second he crosses half court, and he can shoot from anywhere. Like that. If that's not gravity, I don't know what is. In my opinion, I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, gravity is definitely it is a real thing, but the only issue that I have with gravity is when people try and overrate gravity to say that someone is someone who's not a strong playmaker is playmaking because of their ability to draw gravity, right? Because like I said, Duncan Robinson has a higher gravity than I'm going to go to everyone. Duncan
A lot of
Robinson has a
niggas.
higher gravity than Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker, Tyrese Maxey, Denny Abdia, Jamal Murray, Victor Wembanyama, Brunson, and Jaylen Brown, Brandon Ingram. All these guys. Duncan Robinson has a higher gravity than all of these guys.
Come on now.
The only point I'm making is that we have to stop using gravity to uplift players who aren't as strong as playmakers just because they have gravity. It doesn't work.
I think that's fair. I think that's more than fair. I just think that it doesn't always have to be.
Hey,
I
who
just
you
think
talking about though? You talking about KD?
Not just in general.
me or him.
Well, I
That's what
brought
I'm
up KD
saying
because
in
KD
general.
also. I brought up KD as well because Kevin Durant in the Rockets Lakers series has gravity. He's actually leading the playoffs in gravity for the regular season and in the playoffs. But Kevin Durant as a playmaker is not good at all. So his gravity doesn't mean jack shit. The gravity only
Yeah.
means something if you can make something work with it. For example, Curry is good at passing out of the 4-on-3 situations, but then right after that, you have Draymond who's also good at passing in the 4-on-3 situation. So guess what? When Draymond Green gets the ball off of a Curry handoff, off of a Curry flare screen, and he's diving to the rim, he has gravity as well. But the gravity
Hold
isn't
on.
gravity. He has gravity not because he's a good playmaker. He has gravity because he's going to the rim. So it's a lot of different types of gravity that you have. It's your ability to make the right read with the gravity that matters the most.
So are
Yeah.
you saying so? Oh, go ahead. My bad.
No, I was just gonna agree. I was just gonna agree.
So are you saying that you think some people's perception is being distorted by gravity? Because you would think like, okay, we see Mark Jackson being guarded 94 feet, but then we see guys like KD being blitzed and different things like that. You know, I kind of have to agree with that, man. I do really think some people's perception will be distorted because you would look at it like, why is he being doubled so damn much? But we all know that he's a scorer. But when we look at a guy like Mark Jackson, you're not really asking why he's being double the pressure so much because we know he's trying to play make and get everybody involved. But with Kevin Durant, he has no choice but to get guys involved because they're trying to force the ball out of his hands, just like they trying to do Mark Jackson. It sounds complicated, but it's really not though.
Yeah. Rondo. Sometimes they leave him open. A lot of times they leave him open to shoot a shot because Rondo can't fucking shoot for shit unless he's on the later stages of his career. A lot of times Rondo's still getting doubled. Rondo's still getting blitzed. Rondo's still getting ball pressure because when you let Rondo do what he does, it doesn't work. You have to stop him from being a playmaker. If you stop Rondo from being a playmaker, that stifles the entire offense. So again, the gravity is not always just off of your scoring or shooting ability. It's just based on what the opposing coach chooses who has gravity. The opposing coach decides what you're gonna do. For example, Rondo could come off a
Not all the
screen
time though.
all of the time. All of the
Not
time.
all the time.
But
though.
let him finish. Let him
Listen, some
finish. Yeah, I wanna agree with that.
some coaches don't expect for some shit to happen or for the player to go off for anything, bitch.
So CEO, when they double team Steph Curry, you think Draymond just says, "Oh,
I
hey,
said
double team
not
us."
all the time. You
No,
gave it
all the
obvious.
time the coach decides what the
Yes, all the
defensive
time
scheme
the
is going
coach
to be.
decides everything that goes on the
Not
floor.
the defensive scheme. I'm talking about which player has the gravity or
That's
not.
a part of gravity, sir.
But again,
No, the
this
defensive
is what I'm
scheme
saying.
counters the gravity.
This is what I'm saying.
Oh.
The player that has the ball does not control what the opposing team's defense is going to do.
The
The
coach
only
does.
person that does that is the opposing coach.
Yeah,
For
I see what
example,
you saying.
Stephen Curry can come off a screen. Stephen Curry is not saying, you come double me, you come have 2 on the ball. The opposing coach is saying, this is what our team is going to do, because if we don't do this, we're going to allow Stephen Curry to get open shots. It's not on the offensive player, it's on the opposing coach. If
Yeah,
the
I
coach
see
is
what
a
you're
shitty
saying
coach, he can say,
Yeah.
look, let's play drop coverage against Curry. In that case, we could play one against Curry and one-on-one across the flare screens, the back screens, the down screens. We can choose to do that, right?
Trust me. Al Horford was not the one saying, let's play drop. That's definitely Ime Udoka. The
Yeah.
coach, the head coach, the dictator of what goes
And
on
in
on the
those
floor.
situations, Curry doesn't have that much gravity.
Mm.
So it's
I think it will. Me personally, I think it goes both ways. Yes, it's the coach's decision, but at the same time, he makes that decision based on their
In
gravity. Like he's
what
not just doing it
situation?
because he's not doing it like with Steph Curry. He's not doing that because I'm not going to leave a shooter wide open. He's doing it because he knows who Steph Curry is and what he's done. So that's like a whole different type of player. Like yes, the coach has to make that decision, but he's making it because of Steph Curry's gravity. You know what I'm saying?
But again, Duncan Robinson has slightly higher gravity than Stephen Curry. It's one Stephen Curry's at a 16.4, Duncan Robinson's at a 16.6. So again, it's not based on that because Duncan Robinson has higher gravity than Stephen Curry and he doesn't see the same defensive actions or defensive schemes that Curry does. It's not based on that. It's based on what the coach decides to do. We still not guarding Duncan Robinson the way we guard Curry, even though he has a higher gravity than Curry.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. That kind of confuses me. I'm not gonna act like I don't know or I know everything. Do you know what factors into the gravity stat? Because I honestly don't. Because I know it's a newer
I have it
thing.
right here. Player gravity. Gravity quantifies how much a player pulls defenders towards them above expected, essentially measuring how much attention they draw compared to what the spacing on the floor predicts. That's the definition.
See, like that.
NBA.com.
Like I'm obviously not gonna disagree with numbers.
They
But I'm
use
like I
AI
watched
to calculate gravity. I just looked it up.
Like I'm just trying to think how it makes. I'm trying to connect the dots because I've watched Duncan Robinson play God knows how many times. The definition you just gave me is not reflecting the number you just gave me, in my opinion.
It is because he still pulls defenders towards him.
Because
but like
he's just not a good playmaker.
Yeah, but like I'm thinking me personally. Like we know Steph Curry's the best shooter of all time, correct?
You know what?
The best shooter of all time is Reggie Miller. No, I'm just playing. Yes, Steph Curry's the best.
You know
but
why
you just
Duncan
said
Robinson got all that gravity on the Pistons? Because it ain't nobody shooting. It ain't nobody shooting like him on the Pistons, bitch.
That's
they
the
ain't
whole
got to
point I'm
worry
making
about.
is that gravity itself. Gravity is a real thing, but the way that casual NBA fans, I'm not saying anyone in here, or Zesty Jeffrey, Zesty Beans like to use it. Like for example, Kobe Bryant. They like to use Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant on the teams with Shaq doesn't have gravity. Kobe Bryant on the teams in 06 has gravity because there's less offensive talent and stuff like that.
Right.
Kobe Bryant
actually Lamar Odom had the gravity, but go ahead, keep going.
No, well, not in 2006 because they weren't running the
06 was definitely Kobe, bitch.
Yeah, he had the gravity, but then in 2000, the 8,
best player on
2009,
that team.
2010, Kobe doesn't have any gravity. None, because they're not doubling teaming him. They're not doing those things, right? But this is not lies. This is what the film shows. We watch, and for anyone who thinks that we don't, man, we watch film all the time.
I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. Somebody in the comments want to address my Lamar Odom comment. I would suggest you and any other Zesty Bean out there to go back and watch that Sun series in 06 and tell me how many times did they double Lamar Odom compared to Kobe. I guarantee it's probably the same.
No, it's more in terms of the playoffs. Lamar Odom's getting more. He's getting more defensive attention than Kobe Bryant is. It sounds crazy to say it, but he is.
Thank you.
He like
Yo, Inside.
What's up?
Do you think that because we're talking about like double teaming, we're talking about all this stuff. Do you feel like if you're that much of an elite playmaker, you don't see that many double teams, therefore you don't see that much quote unquote gravity in a sense? Because like when you I look at the Lakers game too, and I watched it, like
and it's been LeBron's case throughout. It's really like ever since he left like Miami, even in Miami a little bit. I think the worst thing you can do to LeBron is double team. I really believe that's the worst defensive coverage you can do because I think he's such an elite passer that he can make the perfect pass. The difference when you watch the Rockets and when you watch the Lakers when Kevin Durant was getting double is Kevin Durant couldn't make that weak side pass to the corner.
And look,
about 20
real quick,
feet
I'm gonna
away.
stop you right
It's
there.
really
And look,
more
remember
Bron
they did it.
vision.
Hold on, go James. Remember they double teamed Kevin Durant, got a turnover from him, and LeBron slowed the pace down, walked it up right after they just did the same thing to LeBron James. I think you know what play I'm talking about. They come and double
Yep.
LeBron and hits him with one of those cross court, boy.
To Rui.
To Rui for the
Bingo.
three,
Right?
bang. This
Rui
is
for
why
the
I say
three.
that. This is why I say that gravity doesn't matter because a lot of times they like to use Jeffries or LeBron James doesn't have as much gravity, as much advantage creation as Jordan. And what I try to explain to them is one, in Jordan's era, you couldn't have zones, you couldn't have overload on the side, you couldn't have help backside defense because it would be illegal defense. That's number one. Number two, Jordan's seeing more double teams because he can't pass like other players can. For example,
Exactly.
LeBron James, when you do double him, it's not going to work. So why would he draw that type of attention when it doesn't work for your defense, right?
Exactly.
It's better off you trying to zone up, you making it a little bit harder to make these
Playing
passes,
passing lanes.
right? Instead of doubling him, because when you double him,
And even inside, back to your point about advantage creation, like the fact that people say LeBron doesn't create as much advantage as Jordan, or like I disagree with that because think about what LeBron James is at the end of the day. He's a driver at the end of the day. LeBron forces you to put two people. Like if LeBron goes to the rim one-on-one, he's getting fouled or he's dunking the ball as an N1 every single time. So the fact that I think LeBron James is the definition of what an advantage is. Like him and Giannis, would you agree that LeBron is probably the best driver to basketball ever? I think he's the best driver to basketball.
yeah, and I won't disagree with you. That's what I said. They like to use this advantage creation and this gravity to say that Jordan is drawing more defensive attention when it's not true. It's just he's drawing a different type of attention than what LeBron James draws. Now,
I ain't gonna lie.
I do want to
I
say
got
this.
Giannis over Brian as a driver, bro.
That's nah.
Just for the simple fact, I done seen Giannis make a whole playoff, make Kawhi and them build a whole wall for Giannis driving.
They
to
did
the
that
rim.
for LeBron way before.
They was doing that with LeBron in his early years in Cleveland. They was doing that.
But LeBron got stopped by
we
that.
do got
Giannis
we
got
do have hold on
You
family
talking about
because we
the
do have
Celtics? You talking about against the Celtics?
hold on family because we do have a Zesty Jeffrey in the chat, man. What's going on, Martin?
Yes,
How
we
you feeling
do.
today, man?
Whoa. Put some respect on it, bro.
Zesty Jeffrey, go
Zesty
ahead.
Jeffrey,
say
how
what
you doing
gotta
today,
say,
man? I said how you doing. I asked how you doing. Don't cry. No crying in here.
Whoa. First of all, I'm not a Zesty Jeffrey.
There's no crying here. Just talk.
What's up? What you got to teach us today, Martin?
Hey man, just keep it basketball.
We are.
Man,
I asked you, what do you have to teach us about basketball?
What I want to teach y'all is when they walled up against LeBron, he couldn't make a jump shot. Giannis got through and dunked on their ass. That's what I want to talk about. Let's talk about it then.
All right.
That's
So
what not.
what
This
you
is
had
what
to
we
teach
call
us?
You said what, Martin? You said what?
I said when they walled up against LeBron and
Zesty.
forced him to convert an outside jump shot, he
Zesty.
could not do that.
What does that have to do with gravity?
What you said
Zesty
about
logic.
Giannis though? You said Giannis.
said
he-
wait, so Giannis is
Everything.
making no
That's a
jumpers?
part of his gravity.
You said
What does
it's
that?
not.
No. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Why? Because you just said that he had gravity. So what do we talk about? What are we talking about with gravity? right
What
now?
is LeBron's gravity?
You came up here because we brought up LeBron. Next, go ahead, inside.
I came up here because it's basketball talk,
No,
goofball.
it ain't.
All right, so let's talk basketball then, man. You
Shut
talking
your
about
bitch ass
LeBron's
up.
gravity. You talking about a jump shot. We talking
What
about
is his
gravity.
what is his gravity?
So what you're saying is that someone had gravity and they still had no jump shot. So you're proving the point we're making.
Inside, what is his gravity?
He
Why
draws.
are you asking obvious shit, man?
No, because we talking basketball.
His gravity is that
Inside,
every
you
time
just
he
answered
touches
your
the
whole. Hey, hold on. You just answered your own question. You said inside. What is his gravity?
You
Think
already
about
said what his
that.
How's
gravity
that
is.
answer my own question, dummy?
Inside. What is his gravity? That's
Can
inside.
His name is
Inside the
inside.
paint. That's where his
Oh, actually,
gravity
my
comes.
bad. What
Hold
are
on.
you
His
telling me?
name is inside.
Globe, I'm gonna
inside
get you
the
right,
arc,
brother.
ain't it?
Martin Payne, you already answered your question when you asked the question. Before you asked the
Y'all
question.
niggas dumb. I
You
ain't gonna
said
lie.
when they walled up against LeBron James. That is his gravity.
sir.
LeBron has gravity all over
like,
the court.
But we got Hoops Around the Globe in the building, man. Shout out to Hoops Around the Globe. They have a show. I'm not sure when they do it. He'll let you know in a couple seconds. They got a show. They talk real basketball. How you feeling today? First of all, second of all, what do you think about the situation?
Yeah, I'm good. What's good, guys? Also, the guy talking about gravity. Gravity can come in many many forms, bro. And
Right.
LeBron does have gravity,
For sure.
especially rim pressure. If someone is collapsing 2-3 bodies at the rim, it leaves another person open, and you can abuse that play and do something like that. With Steph, like obviously you have his 3-point shooting, his off-ball gravity. You have to have 2 on him all the time. Like gravity can come in many different forms. Like for example, Wemby's roll gravity is insane, bro. Like even at as young age as he is, being able to come off a pick and roll and being able to collapse the defense and being able to require so much attention when you're coming off a roll that people don't even know whether they should tag you or they should just go up. Like, of course, the Spurs have their shooting woes, so they're probably more so than not. They're probably going to go under or go to Wemby. But majority of the time, gravity is very impactful. It's what you do with the gravity that you have. KD.
Preach, look, preach, because I just said that. It's less about the gravity and more about what you do with the gravity. I like that one.
And for example, KD. I'm a Houston fan. I've watched the whole series and I've crashed out.
Real quick. You said you're a what fan?
I'm a Houston fan, bro. Yeah, man. But I will say, LeBron picked us apart with his playmaking. He wasn't really like, okay, KD, when he played in game 2, bro, he had the gravity, and we've played the Lakers 2 times before in the regular season, and it was the same play over and over again. KD needs to know how to pass out of double teams, bro. You need to be, and I'm not blaming KD entirely, but someone has to flash. Someone has to come to the ball, flash, do something. Like, just
don't just stand there while he can double.
Pass the ball out. Now, I will say, Ime Udoka doesn't put him in the best positions for him to be able to utilize his gravity. Because why are we doing a lot of DHOs with Şengün and Amen Thompson when you could, why is KD initiating? KD is not really the best initiator. Use him as an off-ball threat.
That's what I said.
This is why he's having those turnovers, and this is why the gravity.
Kevin Durant has gravity. He's not doing well with the gravity. He's playing like shit, and it's not completely his fault. Some of it is his fault because he's just not a strong passer because he's never had to do that in his career. But he has, in the regular season and in the playoffs, he's leading the NBA in gravity. The only issue is his playmaking woes, his passing woes, doesn't allow him to take advantage of the gravity. Now, why are we keep having Kevin Durant come up to the top of the key, handoffs to get him to the top of the key, where we know that the double team or that the hedge is gonna come, and then no one's flaring? I don't know why Ime Udoka decided he didn't want to coach, but why are we doing that? I don't know. But Kevin Durant does have gravity.
The most, I don't know about the most in the league though. That's kind of.
No, he does, objectively.
Well, there's a stat. They made it this year.
Yeah, I was going to say, they started, now
it
actually is, yeah.
The stat says it, but if we were using our eyes, we obviously know the Steph Curry. But by the
statistically understandable.
By the statistics, it's probably KD. So
I think Kevin Durant having that much gravity
my eyes is not clear.
I think Kevin Durant having that much of a his ability to have that much gravity shows his inability to play make. Because if he could play make better and make better reads, then he would have less gravity. So
exactly.
He could play
yeah,
that's the point. That's the entire point.
I think that's why Braun doesn't
making.
attract that much gravity.
That's the exact point I've been making. Is that someone having more gravity doesn't necessarily mean that they're a better offensive player. It could mean that they don't have what other players have. For example, LeBron James is going to draw less double teams because why the fuck would you double LeBron James? Jokic is going to draw less double teams because why the fuck would you double Jokic? Especially when you have Rudy Gobert locking up right now. But anyways, why would you double team these players when you know when that double team comes, more times than not, they're going to punish your defense for doing that. So someone having more gravity doesn't necessarily mean they're a better offensive player. Just means that that's probably just a better defensive scheme to stop that player.
So I have a question though. Would you guys throw Steph in that realm of people that just have like a lower ability of playmaking, like someone like LeBron?
No.
Obviously lower than LeBron, but no.
Yeah, LeBron, yeah.
Lower than LeBron, yes, but he's not a low level playmaker. He's a very good.
And I wouldn't say Steph is a low level.
I'm not gonna lie.
Playmaking underrated.
No, it's not.
Go ahead. I think he's to the level of LeBron, in my opinion. I can't lie.
I don't think Steph Curry's on the same tier.
So the reason why I don't think so, and the reason why is because and like I said, I praise Curry's playmaking all the time because people underrated because he's such a great shooter. He is a really good playmaker. He's not at the level of LeBron in terms of playmaking, but he still is up there. It just gets overlooked because he's such a good shooter. And he's such a
I
good
think
off-ball player.
I
People have
think it's
Curry
also
top five.
partially
I'm not
because
gonna
of
lie,
his
that's crazy.
playmaking with his ball in the hand compared to his playmaking off ball. His playmaking off ball is just insane. Probably might be the best all time. But his on ball, like with the ball in his hands, playmaking is just not. I don't think it's that close to LeBron.
Is
No,
Curry
It's just a
not.
is,
different.
is
It's a
Curry
different type.
Wait,
It's a different type.
was
I'm not
Curry the
saying
best
that his
playmaker on his team though?
It doesn't matter,
Yeah.
man. That don't matter, man.
It's close. Him and Draymond. It's close.
What? Whoa,
And that's not a knock on
That's
Steph though.
not. It's
Draymond
not
is a
crazy
very
to
good
say that.
playmaker.
It's just
It
roles that they're playing in the
is close.
offense.
What?
You
No.
have to remember, Draymond does what he does without such scoring gravity.
No,
Like
no.
Draymond playmakes to the level that Steph does.
That's fine.
That's
What
such
I'm
an
saying
attractive
is, in terms of
offense.
playmaking, it's
Okay.
not crazy to say that Draymond and Steph are on the same level. It's just
Yeah.
Draymond's on the
What?
offense. Listen to
Because
what I'm saying.
fam,
It's not
Let him
crazy.
explain.
Listen
Let
to
him
what
Let the
I'm
host
explain.
saying.
talk,
Let him
y'all.
explain.
Listen
I
to
might
what I'm
have to
saying.
drop some of y'all. Let them talk.
Matter of fact, read the rules real quick, Olo, please.
Number one, stick to the topic, which we're doing right now. Good. Number two, do not interrupt the host. That is myself, the co-host, or the main host, Mr. Inside the Art. Right? Do not, who's currently speaking, by the way. Do not interrupt speakers. Number four, do not lie, because we will look it up. Number five, as you know, real basketball discussions, no feelings, or you're gonna get that. So, yep. So
So
yeah, let's just let
listen
the
to
host
what I'm
talk. Go
saying,
ahead.
though, family. It's not crazy to say that Stephen Curry and Draymond are comparable in terms of their playmaking. The only reason why you guys are saying that they're not is because the roles that Draymond plays in the offense versus the roles that Curry plays in the offense is two different things. Draymond's role is to facilitate, to play make, to set the table on offense. Curry's role, more times than not, is to be the off-ball threat that he is. But even with the off-ball threat that he is, he's still playmaking out of those off-ball actions. When you come off, when you have a 4-on-3, he's still making the right read. Pass to Draymond. Once you have the Draymond on the 4-on-3, it's in tandem. 4-on-3, Draymond, great offense. They're still good. They're still on the same level of playmaking. You're just not seeing it because he's not doing it as much as Draymond is. That's it.
Okay,
But I have a question. Wouldn't you think it's easier to play make when you have a lot of scoring gravity?
Can be.
If
Yes.
you're
You have to
pulling,
respect
so
the scoring.
based on your
so I think that
skill set.
Draymond is objectively just a better playmaker because he has such low scoring gravity.
Can I
in
can I
majority of
re-
his career, and he just finds ways to play make.
Go ahead,
That's
Hoops.
not
Okay.
true, bro.
Go ahead, Hoops.
I just think we're getting too far for comparing Draymond as a playmaker to Steph because Draymond is not even close to Steph as a playmaker.
You don't watch basketball. You
Leagues
don't watch
apart.
the Warriors. You ain't watch the Prime Warriors then.
Because again, making the pass, you're not inherently creating the advantage. You're just wait, sorry, I got a call. But wait, you're not inherently creating the advantage. Playmaking is creating the advantage for you to be and utilizing that advantage as well.
Bingo.
Steph drawing two defenders, Steph drawing one defender, and away from away from the rim, away from wherever he needs to be, and then like Draymond being able to take advantage of that is not him playmaking, it's him facilitating, it's him passing. He's a good passer, but he's not to the level of Steph as a playmaker, in my opinion.
Bingo.
Like I just think, and this is why I feel like Steph kind of gets underrated when people talk about his gravity. That's real gravity. That is real gravity.
Steph is not underrated when
But
it comes
I just
to
don't.
gravity.
But if we're saying Draymond is close to a good a passer as Steph is, okay, we can have a conversation. But as a playmaker, two completely different things. Like two completely different leagues.
And it doesn't mean that Draymond's not a good playmaker. And like I said before, especially with the prime Warriors, 15, 16, 17, 18, you're just not seeing Stephen Curry do what Draymond's doing because he's not asked to do what Draymond is doing. He's asked to be off the ball. Why? Because Stephen Curry off the ball, one, helps Draymond do what he's doing. Doesn't mean Draymond's not doing what he's doing. It helps Draymond do that because that's 2 on the ball for Curry, 4-on-3. We know what Draymond looks like in the 4-on-3. It doesn't mean that Draymond's on the same level as Curry. It just means that he's asked to do different things. That's it. We just don't see as much with Curry on the ball playmaking because he's more so off the ball. That's it. It's not really nothing to talk about, honestly. It's just simple basketball, man.
Say inside. Let me say this real quick, bro.
We could just say Draymond
Nah.
play makes more.
Bro.
Simple as that.
Hold on, bro. Hold on, CEO.
Nigga, go ahead, bitch.
The thing is that I'm over here trying to fix something right now, and I'm listening. And if the host has to stop what he's doing to get people to understand what's going on, it's a problem. I know everybody want to talk, everybody want to get their points off. But if you're not a host of the show, including myself, I'm not a host on this show. So I have to respect everybody when they're talking, bro. I think that was Hoops that was just talking, bro. When someone's talking, just let them talk. You don't have to butt in and say anything, bro. Just let them talk. As a matter of fact, if you're not talking at the time, just mute your mic.
Yeah, I'm good, bro. But let's go ahead and keep going, fool.
I haven't muted mine just because I don't interrupt,
Hold
but
on,
I can.
hold
I can
on,
mute
because
it.
you're the main guy that's doing it.
I'm the main what?
You heard what I said, nigga.
I don't care. Oh God.
Yeah, I know you don't care. And when
So
people
talk.
talking,
So
bro, you
talk to
need to just
somebody
be
else
quiet.
about something else.
Like, bro, it's just not that hard. It's just a respect thing, dude. Like, I don't.
I say this all the time, and they like to clown me for saying it. We are all grown ass men. When you're in school and the teacher was speaking, don't fucking interrupt. It's not hard. When you're at work and someone is in the middle of speaking, don't interrupt. It's not hard. When you're in the club and someone's talking to someone else, don't interrupt. It's not hard. It's not hard. We are all grown ass men.
It's
We all pay bills. We are all grown. We should be over the age of 18, over the age of 21, over the age of 25. Why is it so hard for people not to interrupt?
actually. I think I'm telling you, it's mainly because people don't even think about the argument half the time. They're just ready to get their point out. They're not thinking about what you're saying. They're just thinking you're about to be done talking or whatever, and they just want to blurt out what they want to blurt out. Like it's just I don't know, bro. That's why I didn't have mine muted because I don't blurt out of nowhere. But obviously I can if it's necessary. But it's just
No
let
need.
people talk,
Yeah,
bro.
it's
It's not hard.
not hard at all. Like it's just impulse control, and we gonna get back to basketball, but it's simply just impulse control. Not every time you hear
But
something you don't like. No, bro. No, stop. Like, bro.
back on the basketball take. The only reason why I do put Draymond in those conversations is because anytime Draymond is off the floor or he's not playing, like we seen when they blew that 3-1 lead when Draymond wasn't there, their playmaking looked significantly worse. So
But
if Curry was if Curry was an exponential just like over Draymond playmaker, I feel like their playmaking wouldn't change as much if Curry could just take over that playmaking role. Like I feel like that just makes Draymond the overall better playmaker because he significantly changes their game.
I have to disagree because again, even when Draymond's off the floor, you're not just then putting Curry in Draymond's role. You still have Curry in Curry's role. So just because you have a less playmaker of Draymond when Curry's on the floor, and he's in the same role as Draymond, it means that he's not doing as good as Draymond is with Draymond's role. But it's not necessarily if Draymond was off the floor and we put Curry in Draymond's role and the offense was worse, then you could say, okay, cool, he's not on the level. But we're not seeing that. We're seeing Curry still off the ball, just with a lesser playmaker who's supposed to be doing Draymond's role, which doesn't work as well because they're not as good as Draymond. That just means that the other players that are on the team aren't as good as Draymond in Draymond's role. Doesn't mean that Curry's worse than Draymond at playmaking.
Yeah, but my thing is like if someone is capable of doing something and they're such a great at doing it, why not put them in that situation? Don't you think that Kerr, seeing that he wasn't that of an exceptional playmaker in those type of situations and just didn't put him there?
No, I think that the team just followed the team's offensive philosophy.
I think that's what also is best for the Warriors, as Inside said. Like their playmaking works hand in hand, right? As Hoop said, Steph Curry, like the best Warriors action is probably a Draymond pick and roll, and what's it called? You give Draymond a little pocket pass, a little slip pass, and Draymond's playing 4-on-3. So it works hand in hand, right? Like he said, Draymond's not the guy that's going to be giving it to Curry and he's going to be making the 4-on-3. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's not what they're best at. As Inside said, like it's just doing what's best for the Warriors system, and that's why they were so successful. Because if you don't step up, it's a 3. If you step up, it's a pocket pass and it's a lob to Iguodala, a lob to Looney, or if you tag those guys, then it's going to be a weak side hit to Klay Thompson, and that's death for you. That's literally why they were so successful, because you're either going to give up a 3. You're either going to give up a lob dunk or a Draymond low floater or a Klay Thompson 3, and that's kind of why they were winning. So,
but my counter argument with that is, I think that was just the fact that Golden State as a whole had so many amazing players around them, like Klay Thompson, Sean Livingston, KD, Iguodala, all these guys. But look at now, when Curry is stuck with subpar average players, I'm not seeing the amazing playmaking that people see. Yes, I see the gravity, but these subpar centers, these guys that are just very average, Curry isn't making them outshine or just look like amazing players. And I think that's when people say, yo, Curry is a top 5 playmaker. Oh, he's in the conversation with LeBron. LeBron makes all these subpar players look a lot better. Look what he's doing with Luke Kennard, Marcus Smart, all these other guys. He makes them look better. If Curry's playmaking was to that level, he would make average people look better.
I got you because I have. What did the Warriors offense? Because we talk about the playmaking. You talked about Curry with subpar players. Draymond with subpar players. What the fuck happened? 1 and 2. If LeBron James is making the other players better at what they do, how is Curry not doing the same thing?
Just look at the difference of players. Like I don't know. Like look at Luke Kennard is doing. Look at Luke Kennard and Marcus Smart are doing in playoffs right now.
Marcus Smart been doing that.
No, he has
Maybe not
Luke
to the level
Kennard,
he is, but he's been a good playmaker.
He's been a decent player, but he's never been to this level, and that's what I mean. It's like, for example, when Bradley Beal went with Russell Westbrook. Bradley Beal has been a pretty decent player, 20 points, 22, 25. He played at Russ and averaged 30. The only other season he did that was in the bubble where everyone's fleets were inflated. I mean, everyone's stats were inflated.
Oh, man. Hey, Jen, I low-key agree with you in the sense of, like, I don't think that Curry is on the same tier of a playmaker or a passer in terms of a LeBron, a Luka Doncic, or those types of players. I can agree with you, but that doesn't also diminish Curry's playmaking in such a role. He is still a very capable playmaker, and he's shown that throughout his career, though.
I do agree. I do agree that Curry is definitely a very capable and good playmaker. But I don't like the conversation where we're like rewriting history where Curry is some top 5 playmaker. Like I hear that a
for
lot,
sure.
like, Curry's
100%. He's not that. He's not that.
But again,
Like
you brought up a point about when Curry is on the floor with subpar players. First of all, when LeBron James was off the floor, Marcus Smart was still doing that. So it wasn't just because obviously LeBron makes his teammates better, but it wasn't just because of LeBron, because he was still doing it when LeBron James was off the floor. Table setting, he was still doing the exact same thing. That's 1. 2, again, with Draymond and because you talked about when Draymond's off the floor. When Draymond's off the floor, you're not then putting Curry into Draymond's role. You still have Curry in the role he's playing, just with a lesser offensive talented passer than Draymond. It's not as if he's off the floor and Curry immediately goes into Draymond's role and their offense gets worse. Their offense gets worse because they're still running the same offense, just with a different player than Draymond. That doesn't mean that Curry's not a good playmaker. It just means that the offense works less with a lesser passer in the same role as Draymond. Has nothing to do with Curry.
I'm not saying that Curry is a bad playmaker. I'm just saying that in moments where it's like where I need Curry to show me that he can make players, average players or subpar players, elevate and show off his playmaking. Like LeBron, for example, we can go back. He makes Jackson Hayes look a lot better than Jackson Hayes is, and we've seen that multiple times. Like Jackson Hayes isn't some like what would we say, like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar type player. Even like I would say like a Clint Capella. It's like when people see these other centers, I'll give you an example. I love OKC. Steven Adams isn't some crazy center, but when he's playing with someone like Russell Westbrook, he makes Steven Adams look a lot better than he is because of how Russell Westbrook makes to Steven Adams.
For sure, but at the same time, there's actually a comment that said Curry did that in 2022. Andrew Wiggins' best stretch of his career is playing for the Warriors. He made Klay Thompson better than what he was. What has Klay Thompson been since he left? Jordan Poole. I was just about to say Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole, ever since he has left the Warriors, has looked atrocious. When he was with the Warriors, I think $140 million player. He's one of the worst contracts in the league in terms of just that value.
But look at how they play him. Like look at Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson after.
No, I mean, but look at Gary.
Real quick, we do got a member of our family, man, in the building, man. LMG Herm, shout out to him. He got fried by WonboiiKnowsHoops. But go ahead, I didn't see you.
But yeah, my thing was.
Hold on, brother. Go ahead, Herm.
Now, to respond to what he was saying, Curry had raised level of his teammates. He had like Draymond Green is basically going to be a Hall of Famer due to him playing with Steph Curry, and how Draymond Green was able to be the elite playmaker that he ultimately became due to what Steph Curry brings to the table offensively, what he brings on the court, period, when he's on the court. So Steph Curry impact has been felt. JaVale McGee played some of his best basketball due to Stephen Curry. You know what I'm saying? So,
Dookie internet.
But like,
wait, you still there?
But my thing is like, it's the role change. You guys are talking about that, like, bro.
Players to play great heights. So.
Hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie. We missed like 3 minutes of what you just said, bro. Your mic was out.
Bro cut out and came back.
I like that because Jen said it's the role change, but again, when Draymond's off the floor, there is no role change for Curry. So that's what I'm trying to say. Where is Curry not flourished as a playmaker? because he's never not flourished.
I
as a
know.
playmaker.
I never said he didn't flourish. I'm just saying he's not to the. Okay, if I were put in like a tier list, okay, I would say like a tier list, high tier of playmakers: LeBron James, Magic, Russell Westbrook, Jokic, Luka, who else? Like Chris Paul, like those type of guys. People put Curry in that level of people, and I don't think he's up there.
How?
I won't give
That's
you
just
Westbrook.
my opinion.
I don't think Westbrook should be in that tier, but that you know what I'm saying. But like a LeBron,
I'm still trying to figure that out. That doesn't make any sense, family. I'm sorry.
You think
That
Curry's a
does
better
not make
playmaker
any
than Russell
sense.
Westbrook?
Yes, I don't think that makes any
Russell
sense.
Westbrook.
I do not think that makes any sense, family. And the reason why is first of all, Herm brought up a great point in 2022. But again, you saying that Curry's not a good playmaker because when Draymond's off the floor. The same thing can be said from when Curry's off the floor. Draymond doesn't look as good at all. So I'm still trying to figure out what that point makes.
That's a fact. He's a non-factor on the floor when Curry not on the floor.
I didn't say he wasn't a good playmaker dreamer because on the floor. I'm saying that the Golden State's playmaking as a whole takes a significant drop.
That's because it's not because Curry's not a good playmaker. That's because Drake. I'm sorry. That's not because Curry's not a good playmaker. It's because you're taking the person whose role it is to do what he does after the Curry situation with the 4-3. You're taking him off the floor and replacing him with someone who's not as good at that role as Draymond is. That's not because Curry's not as good at playmaking. That's just because you're switching someone who's not as good as Draymond with Draymond. Doesn't mean Curry's not as good as a playmaker. You don't see Curry in those roles because the offense doesn't have Curry in those roles. But when he is put in those roles, he performs and he does it well. I'm still trying to figure out what the point you make. I'm sorry. What point are you making?
I think both of y'all are right.
Look, you're not hearing my point. You think I'm saying that Curry is like ass at playmaking. Like you keep saying he's not good. I never said he's not good. Let me roll up my mouth. I said he's not good. I just said he's not to the level of other people I just named. I've never said Curry's not good. Just because, say if I say, oh, you're a B tier shooter, I would say, yo, Damian Lillard in that area. Damian Lillard isn't a Klay Thompson. Damian Lillard isn't a Stephen Curry, in my opinion. He's not in that tier. But I'm not going to say Damian Lillard is a bad shooter. I'm not saying Curry's some ass playmaker.
No. What I'm gonna ask you, what is playmaking though? Because I hope you realize
playmaking is the ability to make offensive situations for your team and yourself.
Let her finish right quick. Go ahead, Aaron.
Yeah, so my thing is you got to understand what playmaking is, for one, for you to understand why he is an elite playmaker. Curry just how defenses got to just defend him and how they got to dedicate their defensive scheme to try to slow down Steph Curry. That he creates a lot of opportunities for his teammates valuable on the floor. So
your mic cutting out, Your mic cutting out.
Mine is dang.
Connect to Ethernet, gang.
Hey, and real quick, people in the chat asking what's the prompt, man.
It's right there in your face.
Y'all see it?
No, the gens. I think the reason is because I think you're looking at it a little differently. Like you're looking at it as like you're comparing Curry's playmaking to LeBron's, as in like if Curry tried to do what LeBron did, he wouldn't be good at it because that's not the type of playmaker he is.
Absolutely,
he still is a great playmaker. It's just about what kind of he's a different type of playmaker.
Yeah,
he's still amazing at it. It's just he's not the guy with the ball in his hands, running the whole offense. He's more off ball, getting people open, or getting open himself. Just kind of running the offense without the ball in his hands. That's just a different type of playmaking. He's still a great playmaker.
And to address the chat, man, this is not the GOAT debate. If you feel like you want to come in here and have a GOAT debate, there's a really cool feature that TikTok added about 3 years ago. If you click the post button at the bottom, the little plus button, go scroll over to the live button, click go live. You can put in the title, the description, and you can actually go to your own platform and talk about that. But over
talk
here,
about the GOAT debate all day.
Yeah, we talking about actual basketball. So if you feel like you want to have a conversation in this, you can request it. You can comment about this conversation. If not, you can be muted in the chat, or you can go start your own live.
You know what? Let me go on here. Let me go on here and make that happen right now.
I hear what you're saying though, Cake. I hear what you're saying though, but my
James,
thing
I
is
got
like,
a question, right?
Hold
So,
on, Goat James. Finish real quick,
oh, my bad.
Cake, and then we're gonna go to Goat James.
No, I was good. Jens was responding to
Or
me.
excuse me,
Oh
Jen.
no,
You got it,
no,
Jens.
I was saying, like I hear what you're saying, Cake. Like definitely, that's what I'm saying. I think he's like in that B tier of range, but I think like those S tier, those A+ tier playmakers, they can fit in any role of type of playmaking. If you put them in any situation to playmake in any of these roles, say if you want this guy to be a Draymond type player, if you want him to play like a Curry type player, this, those S tier type of playmakers can do all of that. But I feel like Curry his best situation is in that Golden State type of area, and he hasn't proved to me to be an amazing playmaker in other situations.
So
yes, you can say like he wasn't asked to do it, but I feel like the best playmakers, you'll see signs, you can see them show shades of being able to do in any situation.
So perfect.
I don't fully.
Cake. I just want to say I'm gonna let you cook up,
You
and then
got
it's
you.
Goat James after. 2014 Golden State Warriors film, and that's all I needed to watch in terms of being asked to be put in those situations. 2014 Warriors film.
Back to the
Okay. But sorry.
Wait, hold on.
Can I just say something quick now?
It's Cake, and then we go to Goat James.
Just let me get this out. Just let me get this out the way quick. So I don't fully disagree with that, but my problem is I think like let's look at just LeBron and Curry real quick. I think if you look at both their playmaking, Curry off the ball is about as good as LeBron is on the ball, but LeBron off the ball is about as good as Curry is on the ball. LeBron's not that great off ball. I'm not saying he's bad, but he's not remotely the playmaker he is on ball. Just like how Curry's not remotely the playmaker he is off ball compared to on
I don't agree. I hate to cut you off, Kate, but I
you're all
don't
good,
agree
you're all
with you on that.
I don't agree with that either.
Because I think LeBron James is better off ball actually than he is on ball.
I don't know about that.
I just don't think that's true.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell y'all why. Like,
And before you finish Herm, after Herm goes, it's gonna be Goat James because he did have something to say. I didn't want him to get lost in the sauce like Jordan on screens.
But like I'm gonna tell you something. Like when LeBron was at his best, it was when that nigga was off the ball. He was unstoppable when he was off the ball. I think that was at his best to me, especially those Miami years when he was off ball. He was dominant. Once they gave a good system for them in Miami to run, he was killing motherfuckers off the ball, and he was at his best. And the game was much easier for him being off the ball. That's why LeBron was trying to get the Lakers to get a Kyrie Irving or to find an elite guard after they won that chip, so he could preserve himself more and to be able to play off ball. Because off ball, that's when he's at his dangerous. To me, I don't know how y'all feel, but to me, he's the most dangerous. He more dangerous when he off ball than on ball. To me, though, that's to me.
I'm gonna let Go talk, but I'll just say I disagree. I'll let Go because
I do want to add something to what he said after Goat goes.
Yeah, I had a question for the brother that was saying that he doesn't think Steph is a great playmaker, and I'm assuming he's saying that mostly because of maybe the averages that he puts out. So, or just the role that he has to play, right? So, do you think LeBron James is on the same level with John Stockton, far as facilitating and playmaking?
Higher.
Oh, so he's higher. But John Stockton averages more assists, sir.
Yeah, it's not about the numbers. It's about what we're seeing. John Stockton also played with Karl Malone, someone who was taking the most attempts I'm pretty sure that year.
Okay, perfect. I like that one. Draymond Green also played with Stephen Curry, someone who's taking a lot of attention.
Yeah, but the thing is, I was even saying it's to the role that people are passing to. Like, I've seen Draymond pass to lesser players and still look pretty decent.
2013, even 2012-13, but 2013-14 Warriors film, man. We've seen Curry do this before already.
Yeah, I don't think they're either S tier playmakers. Like I said,
but you're saying
I could see in any
think
situation.
Draymond's better, but I'm saying that even if you think that, Curry's still either at the same level as Draymond and he's also above Draymond. We've already seen this be done. Just because you don't see it happen because that's not the Warriors' offense doesn't mean that Curry is not to the same level as other players. We've already seen Curry in a Mark Jackson offense where he's doing these things and he's making the right reads more times than not. We've seen this happen already. Also in 2022 when Draymond's off the floor, he's doing the same thing. Watch 2022 playoffs film and watch 2014 film, regular season and playoffs.
I think y'all are actually both right in your own sense. Like, I think Jens, you're right. Like, to me, I don't think that Steph Curry is on the same tier of a playmaker as a LeBron James, a Luka Doncic, a James Harden, even a Luka. Like, I don't think he's on that tier. But like you said, that doesn't diminish. When you look at the Mark Jackson Warriors, as Inside is talking about, like, if you watch them in 2013, 2014, he was getting a lot of on-ball screens. His playmaking was like he's just
Exceptional.
not for that. It was exceptional, but again, you guys are both right in your sense. Like Steph Curry is not in that level on a LeBron James, a Jokic, a Luka Doncic. I don't even think he's on the same tier as a James Harden type of playmaker.
I think he's a better playmaker than James Harden, though.
Oh, he's not. He's not a better playmaker.
The levels of playmaking are comparable. All I'm saying is that because I heard the point being made about he's what I'm saying. You can put them in multiple positions and they can do it. But what I'm saying is we have seen Curry in the position. He did great at it.
Absolutely.
It's just not the offensive system that's being run because he's even better off the ball. It helps the team more off the ball. Why? Because he's such an elite shooter, such a great movement shooter, such a good catch and shoot shooter. And the fact that he can combine elite off-ball movement, off-ball shooting with his playmaking is what makes it amazing.
My last point I wanted to say.
Go ahead.
What's the name? And that's basically what I was trying to say. Like, I'm not trying to say that you're wrong for thinking that he's not on an elite level playmaking wise, but we have to factor in that the man is quite literally, if not the best shooter of all time. So you're not gonna ask your best shooter on the team to play make. Why would you need him? That's like saying LeBron James needs to shoot more and not facilitate. No, his best attribute is literally his playmaking, alongside his shooting. Go ahead, inside.
Along with his driving ability. That's what I said. It doesn't mean that Curry's any less of a playmaker than what you think he is. It's just because you have someone else. For example, let me see. Let me give an example. You have two players. Both of them can facilitate. Both of them can pass. One person can shoot. Why would you ask one person, the person who can shoot and can pass, to play make and do stuff that takes away part of his game, which is the shooting, when you have another person that can do that anyways, and you can get the passing and shooting from someone else? It doesn't make sense. They have Draymond who can do that. They have other off-ball playmakers kind of in a way in spurts like Iggy, like Barbosa, Livingston. Why would you ask Curry to do that when it helps the offense so much more? When you can add someone else who can do that and get more offense from your team.
Okay, so my point, what I want to say from base of that, because Hernan said something about LeBron that I heavily agree with. I don't think that he is such a drastically better off-ball player, but the reason why LeBron is probably, you could say, top 3 or the best playmaker is because what he does off-ball, even if he isn't scoring. His play calling, him being an on-court coach, is why he's such an amazing playmaker. LeBron doesn't have to score or be involved in the offense as much to still playmake. And I think the main reason when I see Curry's playmaking shut down is when he's shut down offensively. If you lock down Curry, if he's really having a bad shooting game where he isn't scoring, I think as a whole, Golden State takes a hit because he's not facilitating to everybody else like he would as a good playmaker.
He's not facilitating because that's not his primary role. We've seen him in the primary role of doing that do well.
I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, but if someone is having a bad game where they are shut out, say if Curry's shooting 3 for whatever, 3 for 16, 4 for whatever, shouldn't you think that he should be in the facilitating role as a good playmaker?
That's not his. Steve Kerr's not asking him to do that. When Mark Jackson was asking Curry to do that, he was doing it. It was happening.
You have to ask LeBron James to do that? That's my thing. You don't have to ask someone like LeBron James to do that because they have that capability.
Why is this man, just like I just mentioned, bro, this man is a legendary shooter. A legendary shooter. LeBron is a legendary playmaker. You're not finna ask LeBron, unless he's actually able to go out there and do it, you're not finna ask this man to go out there and average 35 a night. He has never done that in his career. Stephen Curry is quite literally the best damn shooter of all time. You're not finna ask this man to go out there and play make if you have a guy in a Draymond Green that can do that already.
Wait, LeBron,
LeBron
is going to average 35?
No, but look, James, here's the crazy part about it. Curry had to do that the whole playoff run in 2022. He had to do that the whole playoff run. He had to play make and do his elite scoring. So he had to do that in 2022 because Draymond was constantly in foul trouble in the finals against Boston. Draymond was barely on the floor because of foul trouble.
Can I that's what I was saying is that you
we can
made a
agree. We
point.
can agree to disagree. We can agree to disagree. I only see the high shades of playmaking when Curry is in his best scoring opportunities. When Curry is constantly cooking you, that is when it's happening.
That's not true, bro.
He literally,
That's not
I
true.
said this already, and Herm said it too. I brought up 2014. Herm said in 2022 because he did do it in 2022 as well. What you're saying that when he's not doing this is not happening, but we've already seen it be done multiple times. We saw it in 14. Anytime he's asked to do that, he has done it. So I don't know what the point is. Anytime he's watch the 2014 film, watch the 2022 playoffs film. He's doing this already. So when you're saying that you're not seeing it happen, maybe you just no disrespect to anyone. We all ball fans. Maybe you're just not watching because it's already been done.
I don't think you understand what I'm saying. I'm saying a time when Curry had a low scoring amount, a low scoring load. He was shut out the game and still could play make.
That was
not
his
2014.
role,
2014.
man. His role is not to.
I understand what you're saying, Lou. I understand what you're saying, Ro. I completely understand.
Can I add to that?
I just don't think you're understanding what I'm saying.
Jens, here's the only thing is though, there's no in terms of playmaking. There's no difference if a dude goes 3 for 16 or 10 for 16. Like again, that's why LeBron is so great because you can still get shut down in terms of scoring the ball offensively and always still play make. So the fact that if he doesn't have an off night, if he has an off night, Steph Curry's had off nights where he can play make, and so does LeBron James where he can play make. Just because if Steph Curry goes 10 for 16 or even 16 for 16, that doesn't diminish playmaking. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like that's a whole separate, like you know what I'm saying? That's a whole separate thing.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. But I was saying exactly. Braun has those off nights, and you still see the amazing playmaking. Curry has those off nights, and I don't see the playmaking.
It's not the same thing because in the off nights that Curry has, his role is still to shoot the ball more times than not. Regardless, it's not his role to do what you guys are asking him to do.
And then on top of that, it's plenty of situations that we've seen because even though he was off, he still was creating a lot of opportunities for his teammates, a la Klay Thompson. It was certain because he was still creating so much attention. Klay Thompson was able to get off and get going to hell. Klay Thompson can lead the team for the night due to what Steph Curry brings to the table. So, at the end of the day, you could say when we see Curry have off nights, you could say that you could try to say that you don't see Curry still do anything, but we have seen it too. Even when he have off nights, the Golden State offense still flows pretty damn good. When they was at their best, rather. When they was at their best, it still was flowing great, even on his off days.
That's 100% true. Even if you want to, Jens, I'll give you a series which you can watch. Go watch those Houston series in those first 3 or 4 games in 2018 when Steph Curry was struggling and they was still up 2-0. Because if you go watch Steph Curry's ability to play make, get Kevin Durant in short rolls, get Kevin Durant mismatch opportunities. Houston was switching a lot of pick and rolls in that series. And his ability to get Kevin Durant touches, to get Klay Thompson open. Steph Curry reduced himself as a scorer to get open at times, especially when he was struggling in that 2018, 2019 Houston series. So just because he's not scoring, as Herb was saying, like he still has plenty of opportunities. Like if you really do go watch those series and you'll watch those.
I 100% know the series you're talking about. I did see it. That was good playmaking on Curry. I just don't like the excuse to have that it's not his role because we see someone like James Harden, his main role is to shoot the ball.
Okay. No, James Harden's main role is to shoot the ball and pass to his. Stop. James Harden is not.
2018 James Harden, his main role was to shoot the ball
and to set up his teammates. Because guess what? Anytime he creates the advantage, he's still setting up his teammates. In the season before in 2017, where he was still scoring 30 a game, his role was still to score and pass. That was his role. In the Golden State Warriors offense, Curry's role is also to score and pass, but it's more so to score because we already have a player like James Harden didn't have, like LeBron James didn't have, in certain situations that is doing that. Just because he's not having a good shooting night and he's not stopping shooting the ball to go pass the ball doesn't mean that he can't do it. It just means that he's still playing his role even if it's not going in. It's two different things we're talking about right now.
Harden had a Chris Paul, though. You said he didn't have a player. He had Chris Paul, someone who's arguably just as good as a playmaker.
And Chris Paul's role was to score and shoot, and James Harden's role was to score and shoot.
And a lot of these guys that you can mention, like a LeBron or a James Harden, these guys are playing heliocentric basketball.
And plus, I could give facts behind when the Phoenix Suns made it to the NBA Finals. It was due to Chris Paul scoring. It wasn't even about his playmaking. It was about him scoring.
So
You're talking about guys that are more all around basketball players versus a guy like a Stephen Curry, who's primarily looked at as a scorer or a shooter. Like I said, why would you want to attribute something that the man can obviously do if he has another guy on his team that can do the exact same thing as him? Maybe not shooting wise or scoring wise. Why would you not put the onus on that player to fulfill that role?
Yeah,
Like I said,
it essentially means, hey, Draymond, you're doing exactly what you're doing. You're doing a great job. We want to stop you from doing that and ask Curry to do it, and you just sit in the corner and miss shots. Why would we do that?
No, that's not what I'm asking. That's not what I'm asking. I think you guys are proving my point of that Curry is not an S tier playmaker.
The conversation we having is whether or not he's better. Is he at the same level or better than Draymond? That's what we having. Not whatever you want to feel. If you don't feel like he's at the level of LeBron, fine. I agree with you. That's not the combo we having.
I still think that they're close. I didn't say one is better than the other. I said that they're just close. I wouldn't choose one or the other. Draymond is playmaking. He amazing at playmaking in his aspect, and Curry's amazing at playmaking in his aspect. They both play their role exactly how it's supposed to be played. But if we're talking,
you're saying that when he's putting these roles, he's not doing it. But there's multiple sample sizes. The entirety of the 14 season, the entirety of the 2022 season, especially towards the end of the season and also in the playoffs. Also, a lot of times in the 2017, 18, and 19 playoffs, this was what was happening for Stephen Curry. We've seen him do this. We've seen him do great at this. There's not really an argument here. We've seen him do these things, especially as an on-ball playmaker. Just because you don't see him do it as much as Draymond does, doesn't mean that he's any less capable of doing it. He's just not asked to do it. It's that simple. Just like how we seen Luke Kennard wasn't asked to do what he was doing after Luka and AR went through. Doesn't mean he couldn't do it. Just means that he wasn't asked to do it.
And in all honesty, that happens with most players in the NBA. that hey, I don't need you to do this, but this is what I need you to do to have our team be successful. And guess what you're going to do? I'm gonna do what my team needs me to do so we can be successful. So that happens with a lot of players, man. So we can't try to say Curry can't do this and do that, and he actually shown that he could do it. Nah, we gotta stop that, man.
Hey,
yeah. And the only thing I wanted to say, I think the only reason you guys think I was arguing about him versus Draymond, I wasn't. Someone said that he's a better playmaker than Russell Westbrook. That's the only reason why I even went on with that conversation.
But he is a better. Hold on. And this is the reason why I asked you. This is the reason why I asked you: is LeBron James on the same tier as a John Stockton? John Stockton literally averages 4 more assists. Now I know you're gonna say it's the eye test, right? But Russell Westbrook in his best seasons would average maybe 4 or 5 more assists than Curry in his best seasons, right? Now, like I said, we can go off of eye test, right? We can factor in a lot of things, right? But we also have to factor in, are these guys turning the ball over a lot? Like I was just saying, bro, we're not asking Draymond Green to go out there and average 25 because that's really not what he's good at. We've seen in certain games or certain series or whatever, Draymond has scored the ball. And it's essentially the same thing with the whole playmaking thing, right?
Back to that Russell Westbrook and Steph Curry thing. You'll probably say, and it makes sense in terms of a general, Russell Westbrook is a better playmaker than Steph Curry. I think one of the main things about being a playmaker is ultimately being a decision maker. Being a decision maker, to me, is one of the most important things. And Steph Curry is a much more better decision maker. I've seen Russell Westbrook lose series because of his inability to decision make down the stretch of playoff games. He has lost series in which his inability to make proper reads and decisions. He still will have 15, 20 assists, and you'll be like, well, he's still a hell of a playmaker. He's a great playmaker. But at the end of the day, playmaking is really about decision making. That's really what it comes down to. And to me, you can ask any GM in the league, you could ask any player in the league, they'll tell you Steph Curry's a better decision maker than Russell Westbrook. That's a guaranteed fact.
My counterpoint on that is that it always runs down to me with the same thing of LeBron and Russ is how much they have the ball in their hand. Their usage rate, that's when you see way more mistakes, in my opinion, because Curry does not have the ball as much as a guy like Russ, Harden, LeBron. That's why I hear people bring up turnovers. This guy does not have the ball as much, and you cannot see as much mistakes when you have the same amount of usage.
Every time Curry does have the ball in his hand in these situations, he's making good decisions. So it's not about whether or not he has the ball or doesn't have the ball in his hands, because we've already explained to you series, seasons, and finals playoff series or playoff appearances where Curry has been asked to do this and he did it.
No, it's
Jens,
never
would
to the
you
level of
for
Russell
the
Westbrook
last?
or LeBron James. He's
Russell
never had
Westbrook is
Curry.
the reason why Russell Westbrook's not a good playmaker is because he can't make good decisions. That's why. A lot of his I
Especially
like
down
you
the
saying the
stretch.
turnover point,
No,
but a LeBron James turnover and a Russell Westbrook turnover are not the same thing. Why? Because LeBron James can get a turnover for maybe his teammates not catching the ball. Russell Westbrook's just getting bad turnovers for bad passes.
no, LeBron has made bad passes. That's why he has the most turnovers
Not
all the
like
time. But it's
Westbrook.
due to usage rate.
Not
Yes,
like
it
Westbrook.
is. Yes, you literally is the same exact
He
thing.
Not
These
like
are the
kind of
players
Westbrook.
that I
pulled the
watch the
Westbrook
most.
last night.
LeBron James and
Yesterday,
Russell
though.
Westbrook
He
are the
kind
same
of
players that
pulled
I
the
watch
Russ
the
last
most.
night, though.
Yeah, last night he did. But what I'm saying is this. Westbrook's decision making, I don't care what you want to use to talk about it, it's horrible.
It's
Especially
horrible.
down the stretch. It's terrible.
Down the stretch is
Hell
horrible.
no, bro. That's cap, bro.
Hold up, inside.
I
Can I get him inside? Can I
think
get him
though
inside?
I think when Russ was at his best though, I think his biggest problem was late game situation.
Thank
I
you.
think he bad at late game situation. But overall, he's one of the best playmakers of all time. But
I'm
just
fine with that.
if
Better than
I gotta look at what
better
was
than
wrong with
Curry.
Russ though, it's late game situation. That's when you have an issue with Russ. Could be like Russ. Sometimes you gotta take your time. Like he's an energizer bunny for real. That motherfucker keep going and going and going and going.
Mm-hmm.
And it helps you at times, but in late game situations, it don't though.
But Herm, you can
Look,
be a great playmaker and still be a terrible decision maker. That's just like you could be an all-time great scorer and be a terrible shot taker. You agree with that?
my thing is,
Oh,
I
hell
think
yeah.
Hey, and I'm
Herm,
gonna bring up some more film because we don't only talk basketball, we watch it. Since you want to talk about Russell Westbrook, watch the entirety of the 2012 final playoffs.
I watched it. I watched
We
it.
just need to look
I watched it. I
at the
watched it.
last
And
3
we're not
minutes
gonna
of the
blame that on
game.
Russ when
That's
KD
all
was
we
also
gotta
a
look
turnover
at.
machine.
And
Kevin Durant made a lot of
that's
terrible
fine. They
decisions.
both were turnover machines. Russell Westbrook, we talking about Russell Westbrook though, so don't bring up another teammate. I'm talking about Russell Westbrook and what he was doing in that series, and it was horrible.
But
He
it
is
was
the reason why they
context.
lost.
Inside.
No, he's
Inside.
not. No, he is not. No, he was
Y'all
not.
remember Magic
No, he was
Johnson got
not.
so pissed
Kevin
off.
Durant was the reason they lost. The same
No.
reason that
Y'all remember?
Oh my God.
Remember Magic Johnson? Magic Johnson got so pissed off. He said that's the worst performance he ever seen from a point guard
from
in
a point
NBA
guard.
Finals history.
And
He
then
said
Russell Westbrook did what? He dropped
said
40.
that.
He dropped
I
40.
ain't gonna-
That's
The youngest player
fine.
to
We
drop 40.
talking about what he's
And then they
doing
were
as
talking
a
about Kevin
playmaker
Durant.
right now. So I don't care if you're a Westbrook fan or not, because I like Westbrook. We talk about what he did as a playmaker, and in the 2012
He's a top
playoffs.
10 point guard of all time.
Yeah, I'm fine with
man.
that. I'm fine with you even saying that he's a good playmaker. But to say that he wasn't terrible because he was horrible in terms of playmaking in the 2012 playoffs. What the hell are you talking about? He was horrible.
Yo, can I add something to that?
Let me say something.
Jens, can I add something to that?
Yeah, go ahead.
And you talking about 2016, I think what's even worse is go watch 2017 against James Harden, and you'll be able to see the levels of playmaking and how the ability down the stretch. He lost games down the stretch. He lost to a rookie Donovan Mitchell the next year because of his
James
inability down
Harden
the
did a
stretch.
lot of crazy shit too, though. So,
That was because of no. What's really
he's
no.
bad
I'm
at
not
late-
gonna allow you to say.
He's
sorry.
bad at late game situation too, though. So,
Yeah, I'm not gonna let you guys. I'm not gonna let you put that on Russ when we all know who the real problem with that series was. We all know Paul George underperformed. Carmelo played awful. That was really not up to Russ.
And still with them playing awful, Russell Westbrook was playing like shit in terms of playmaking.
But let me explain why. Because like he said, the reason I disagree with him is Russell Westbrook's best offensive showings is when he has a good option for scoring. When he has a good person that he can pass to score.
great options.
Kevin Durant, amazing. When him and Kevin Durant were both in MVP votings, top 5, they were both up there. Those were amazing seasons. When Russell Westbrook has someone, but when you force Russ to be in the situation where he has to take the whole scoring load and the whole playmaking load, that's when the bad decision making
comes
comes
in. But you want
in.
to know why they blew that 3-1 lead in 2016? Because late
Kevin
game
Durant.
situations. No, because of late game situation with those turnovers Russ was making in close game, late game situation. Russ would make a crucial turnover. Now KD did some bogus shit too. Don't get me started on him. But we just talking about Russ. Russ did a bad job closing out games and with his decision making. That's why they blew that 3-1 lead.
Hell no.
Do you think
Kevin
that
Durant literally blew that.
The conversation is not about Kevin
Durant.
Durant. If you want to say Kevin Durant did it too, fine. Kevin Durant was bad in late game situations too. We talking about Westbrook being bad in late game situations. So stop trying to blame someone else. Let's not play the blame game. At the end of the day,
we
Russell
could put the
Westbrook was
film
still
up.
terrible.
We could put
But you have
the
to
film up
listen to
before
what you're
quarters.
saying. That's why I'm
We could
responding.
put the
You
film
said
up
that
those
bro,
they
quarters,
lost
man.
because of Westbrook. Did you not see that?
He's one of the main reasons they lost. Whether or not
So
someone
say
else
one of the main reasons. Don't say they
Okay,
lost because of
that's
Westbrook.
fine. It sounds like you're a Westbrook fan. Regardless of if someone else was another reason why they were losing, Westbrook was still a reason. He was still one of the main reasons because of his bad decision making. So stop bringing up someone else who also had bad decision making to say that Russell Westbrook is not a bad decision maker. Stop. Right now, we're talking about Russell Westbrook being a bad decision maker, which, regardless of who else was also a bad decision maker in situations, doesn't mean that he was less of a bad decision maker. He was still a bad decision maker. That does not matter. Stop doing that, man. Stop.
Okay.
And also,
I wasn't bringing up the fact to change the subject off Russ. I only replied to the fact that you said Russ sold the series. Well, we can move on.
Oh my God! So you're just defending Russell Westbrook, but again, we don't care about that because even if he's not the sole reason that they lost, at the end of the day, even if he's not the sole reason, he's still playing like shit in terms of playmaking in those situations. It doesn't change that.
Okay.
Inside,
so
even on top
let's move on from those series. I just want to talk about mainly Russell Westbrook's playmaking alone, and we can go through team to players. Russ Westbrook's on and off for OKC. You can see it. Playoffs, and you can search it up. I have the statistics.
Now it's on and off numbers, man. Holy shit, man.
No. We can look through it. Playmaking, exactly. When Kevin Durant was just on the floor by himself with the starting lineup, drastically worse than Russell Westbrook.
Stick
when
to
Russ
Russ.
was on,
We're only talking about Russ.
No, bro. It's cool. I tried. Again, even if you want to say Kevin Durant was also playing like shit in the situation, that does not change that Russell Westbrook was playing like shit in these situations. Stop talking about Kevin Durant. In both situations, both of them are playing like shit. They're still playing like shit. Stop it.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Like, bro,
I mean, it's plenty of film. It's plenty of film to show, though. It's plenty of film. Nigga, we could pull up every fourth quarter for game 5 through 7 when they blew that 3-1 lead. It will show you why they lost that series.
Go watch 2017 to 19. Like, that's the thing. Like, he was talking about, well, Russell Westbrook you can't ask Russell Westbrook to be the number one option. You can only ask him when he's the number 2 option when he has a great score. Go watch 2019 when he had Paul George averaging 28 and he was 3rd in MVP voting. And he played horrible. His decision making against Portland was horrible. It was one of the reasons why they lost that series. And he had a 28 per game score. He had Dennis Schroeder off the bench. He had good scores off the bench. Like, he had a really good scoring team, and his decision making, especially game 5 down the stretch, game 4 down the stretch was horrible. And those are
but was this not the same argument that we was just having for Steph and Draymond?
I'm not gonna lie. Can I finish? For real? Can I finish?
Wait, hold on, James. Hold on, bro. Yeah. You're asking Kevin Durant, which is what we damn near talked about 2 hours ago, right? You want to blame Kevin Durant for not being a very good playmaker, high-level playmaker, whatever. That was not his goddamn role.
I don't care about Kevin Durant. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about Russ's numbers.
Okay. Let me finish, sir. Let me finish.
Yeah.
Everybody's point that they were making, Russ's role is to be the playmaker, facilitator, whatever you want to call it. And he was not doing that to a high level. Yes, his numbers are off the charts. Yes, he's getting 8, 9 assists, 10 assists, 11 assists, but he's turning the goddamn ball over and he's not getting guys in the positions for them to succeed and win the goddamn series that they're playing. Right? So go ahead.
Okay. So let me finish what I'm saying. I wasn't talking about Kevin Durant's bad playmaking. I was talking about Russell Westbrook's efficiency of playmaking. The on and off stat was to tell you that every time Russell Westbrook is on the court for a team, they are drastically better offensively. For OKC, they were drastically better every time he was on the court.
When you have one of your better players on the team on the court, they're better. Breaking news.
No. Russell Westbrook wasn't the best player on that team. Kevin Durant was, but when Russell was on the court offensively.
Next question.
Okay, but regardless, the main playmaker, the best playmaker on that team, drastically made everyone better. Paul George had his best season with Russell Westbrook. His playmaking. Bradley Beal had his best season with Russell Westbrook. Kevin Durant had his best statistical season with Russell Westbrook other than 2018, whatever, on Golden State. He had one of his best seasons with Russell Westbrook. Everybody has a better season. Even on the Nuggets when he's in a diminished role, even on Sacramento Kings when he is washed at his quote-unquote worst, he is still an elite playmaker. And it's not because of who he's playing with. Even in Los Angeles Clippers, when Paul George and Kawhi went down, Russell was still playmaking to an elite level. So what we talk, he was creating opportunities for himself. Because look,
breaking news. When one of your better offensive players are on the court, your offense is better. Breaking news.
No, but let me say something, Jens.
like that's contradictory, bro. Okay.
Jens, I'm not. What you're saying is true. The problem is how good someone is as a teammate riser and a floor raiser does not negate that they still are bad down the stretch. Like he made his teammates better. That is a fact.
What do you mean
saw that
down the
with Paul
stretch?
George. We saw that.
What do you
Like we
mean
were
by
talking
down
about
the
earlier.
stretch?
He was selling his team. That doesn't mean, yeah, exactly.
What
Exactly what I'm saying.
specifically is like bad about Russ Westbrook down the stretch? His decision
His
making.
decision making. It's horrible.
It's horrible down the stretch in playoff games. It's really bad. And the reason why is because he's going full speed to the basket, jumping off one leg and throwing the ball to turnovers. Like he makes horrible decisions. If you watch Russell Westbrook, he never plays off 2 feet in his prime down the stretch. He jumps off 1 foot and tries to make a decision, and he turns the ball over. He's lost. Steph Curry has never lost a playoff series because his inability to play make. That's the argument I'm making. Russell Westbrook, though, has lost playoff series because his inability to play make. That's just a fact.
So,
Steph Curry's
real
lost
quick,
playoff series because his inability to score sometimes, but it's never because of his ability to play make.
What my counter argument to that is that we've seen
got a
Russell Westbrook
quick
down the
question.
stretch make amazing decision making.
We've also seen him make terrible decision making.
And I've seen Curry make terrible decision making too.
Not like Westbrook.
Yes, he has. People don't talk about when people go down and still play terrible. What did Curry do against 2019 against the Raptors? Nothing. Yeah, his team was injured, but he still didn't make any decision making to make his team
You're
better.
now saying that in the role where he's not asked to be the primary
Oh my
playmaker
God.
facilitator, because you're going back to that. Because if you want to use that logic, you talked about on and off numbers. Let's talk about the Warriors' on and off numbers when Curry's on the floor and when he's off the floor. It's better than Westbrook's. So again,
But like you said, it's his best player. It's the best scorer.
you just said, and I quote, you brought up on and off numbers. So in 2022, the on and off numbers for Curry was way better than what Westbrook's is. So if you're going to use that logic, you have to keep that same exact energy when it comes to Curry. Next fucking question.
Which year you're talking about was better than Russell Westbrook's?
20
his career.
22, and you can just say his entire career, honestly.
His entire career, bro. It's really
his entire that's not true.
So, Jens, what was the reason why the Thunder lost against the 2018 Utah Jazz? What was the main reason why?
His other teammates underperforming. Paul George underperformed and Carmelo underperformed. Yes, Russell Westbrook also played bad, but he also had to overcarry a load. You had to make Russell. That series was supposed to go in to be a playmaker to Carmelo and Paul George, and they forced him to be a scorer, a defender, a passer. That is when you see bad decision making, when you overload someone. Not everyone is LeBron James. LeBron James can do every that, but not everyone is LeBron James. If you put that role on Stephen Curry, say, yo, Curry, play make, Curry, defend, Curry, score, he will not do it. And we've seen it when Curry is on the court by himself. 2019, we've seen it when his teammates got injured. He got outperformed by Klay Thompson, who was injured. Like Curry does not do those type of things.
So again, I like that point you made, but you just contradicted yourself because when you're talking about Curry on the floor by himself, but then right before that, you said that when Westbrook was on the floor and his other teams weren't performing well, which is basically means
he's on the court by himself.
Exactly. So why in one state can you say that you can excuse Westbrook because he's on the court by himself, but for Curry you can't do the same thing?
What? That's not what I'm saying. I said that you guys are blaming Russell Westbrook. I'm saying you're excusing Curry, but you're not excusing Russ. That's
How
what
are
I'm
you
saying.
excusing Curry? How?
Because you're saying that, we never seen Curry underperform. We
No,
never seen him
that's
underplay.
not what we said.
That's
You said you never seen Curry lose a series due to his lack of playmaking. But I just said
that's
we
true.
just seen that because playmaking is finding opportunities for yourself and other people.
And Westbrook doesn't do that, especially in late game situations.
Yes, he does. 2018, he had he amazing scoring and good playmaking. His teammates were just completely underperforming.
Okay, Jens, please watch those games in Utah on the road against
rewatch them. Raw film. Please rewatch them because
I watched this game 2 days ago. You want to know why I watched this game 2 days?
He had amazing scoring
because someone told me that he was getting cooked by Ricky Rubio. Is why they lost. Someone told me that 2 days ago. They're getting cooked by Ricky Rubio. I don't care about what
someone else said about fucking Timberwolves legend Ricky Hall of Famer.
Yes,
Ricky
and
Rubio.
and so I watched those game 2 days ago. I promise you, I watched the game to game. That game was. I would say the main reason they lost was because Carmelo Anthony was awful. Second option, Paul George was bad. Then I would say Russ's decision making because he got overloaded. I'm not going to take all the blame off Russ. Regardless, he played pretty not as good as he should have.
And in late game situations, he still played like shit.
He was really horrible down the stretch. A lot of those games were close, and he was making really bad turnovers down the stretch of those games, costly turnovers that led to Utah Jazz transition points.
And Carmelo also missed a lot of shots in late game.
And Westbrook was
We're
still
not
bad.
talking about Carmelo Anthony.
Stop talking about his Carmelo Anthony missing shots. We talking about Russell Westbrook's lack of decision making in those situations, not Carmelo Anthony missing shots. Regardless of if Carmelo Anthony's making or missing shots, that doesn't change the fact that Westbrook was terrible in terms of decision making.
So what? Okay, let's talk about specific plays. Which specific player are you talking about? Russell Westbrook's terrible decision making.
Anytime you're in a late game situation, especially in the playoffs.
That's just a complete lie.
His 3-year stretch from 2017, 2018, and 2019, he was making horrible decisions down the stretch of those playoff games. And it was one of, if not the main reasons why they were losing those series.
Okay, so let's go to the first thing. Russell's MVP season. Statistically, amazing. Bad stretch because he, like I said, he is in his worst situation offensively. Russell Westbrook needs someone that can just score offensively, just consistently. Like a Kevin Durant was an amazing option for him. Bradley Beal was a pretty good decision for him. But when he went there, they were a pretty good duo. 2016, his MVP year, 2016 to 2017, bad situation. He has no secondary scoring load. He has no consistent shooter. He's surrounded by a bunch. OKC was one of the worst offensive teams, worst shooting teams in the league. That's bad situation.
So why can you on one point say that? Why can you on one point say that when Curry is on the floor by himself, he's not doing well? But when we say the same thing for Westbrook, now you have to excuse Westbrook. I'm trying to figure out why you're saying the exact same thing that we said about Curry.
Like keep going for 2019 though. Keep going for 2019 when he has top 3 MVP.
I was saying that in response to what Neb said, that Curry has never been in the situation where he sold a game to bad playmaking. But I just said when Curry,
I said a series. He's never lost a series. He's never lost a series because of that. That's a fact.
I disagree, but sure.
Name me a series where Steph Curry lost because
if a player gets shut out offensively, plays worse offensively, and is not playmaking for other teammates, they sold the series because he's underperforming. 2016 underperformed. He didn't play as good as he usually does. 2019 he didn't play as good as he usually does.
That's not the argument. That's not the argument.
It's not as good as he usually does because he usually makes bad late game decisions. So that's exactly he played as well as he usually does because he usually does that in late game situations. Usually.
So you just admitted that Curry makes bad late game decisions.
No, I admitted that. You keep saying 2016 Russell Westbrook didn't play as good as he usually does. 2017 or 2019 didn't play as he usually does. He does play as good as he usually does because that's what he always does.
No, I was talking about Curry. I said he doesn't make that. Russ's MVP season playoffs was
but we're not talking about Curry not shooting as well as he usually does. We're talking about him losing a game due to his playmaking ability.
And scoring is playmaking. You're creating offensive opportunities for yourself.
You know that even makes it worse for the Russell Westbrook argument when he's having games where he's shooting under 35% in the playoffs when he's going like 9 for 32. And like, you kicked him? All right, I was about to keep going on.
I was about to mention one more thing. All you really need to say is, dude, look at an example. Like, let's say when he was playing with Melo and Paul George, I would be praising Russell Westbrook if he was playing good playmaking and they were still missing shots. That's just not the case. Like, if that happened, I would not be knocking him right now.
Right.
Two things can be true. They were shooting bad and he was a bad playmaker.
That's why they were losing. That's why they lost in 5 games.
It's not like, oh, he was playmaking good, but they were missing shots. No, they were missing shots and his playmaking was bad. Both of those things can be true. Like, I don't know exactly you can.
And that's what I said too. Like, we can't just say, well, okay, Melo was missing shots. Sure, Melo was missing shots. What else was happening? Melo was missing shots. PG wasn't playing up to the level. And Westbrook was playing like shit in terms of decision making in those playoffs, especially late game.
Ask him next year too in 2019 what happened. Because Paul George, he had a top 3 MVP candidate on his team, and Paul George was averaging 28 that year. He was second in the league in scoring, if I'm not mistaken, second or third in the league. So at the end of the day, he had opportunities, but again, like when you don't decision make down the stretch, that's just what happens. That's why you can't be a better playmaker than Steph.
I don't know why it's hard to understand. Like, I don't know why it's hard to understand. Like, I can make a shot, I can miss a shot, and someone else could still get a bad turnover. That's not really hard to understand. I could be 0 for 50, and someone else could still be getting bad turnovers. Doesn't change the fact that he was getting bad turnovers.
Exactly. Yeah. I just don't go. That's so hard to understand. Like, it's just, I don't know. But, yeah, we've been on that same conversation for way too long, bro. That's at least like a good hour. Yeah.
But anyways,
hey, man,
go ahead.
Change the topic. I guess I could change it. Who do y'all think has the most gravity in the league right now? Getting back to that general topic.
It would be, if Curry was eligible, it would be Curry.
So now, yeah, I'm not including him because I feel like that's just the guarantee.
I don't even know if gravity can even be something you truly measure because, like,
in a sense, I feel like LeBron has the biggest gravity outside of Curry, or even if. But at the end of the day, you can't really send that much gravity to LeBron because it's like it doesn't really. I don't, and that's why gravity is the most. As inside, we agree. It's like it doesn't really make sense because Kevin Durant has the highest gravity, but that doesn't mean he's great because he look. If he would have been a better playmaker, he would get less gravity and he would play even better because he would have more one-on-one opportunities and he'd be unstoppable.
That's why I don't like when people use the gravity term because you're not gonna. I got you, go James. You're not going to like someone can have less gravity, and it's because if you give them that gravity, they're gonna kill your defense. Just because someone has more gravity doesn't necessarily mean that they are better offensively or that they just create advantage for the teammates. It's just because, like for example, someone who like Cam Thomas, you might send double teams to him hella because, and that's my homeboy. He grew up, basically a block or two away from me. He scored 50 against me in high school. Yeah, he dropped my ass, so I ain't gonna lie. But you might send more doubles to him because if you double him, he's still gonna try and shoot that, but you're not looking to pass. Versus a player like LeBron, versus a player like Jokic, you're not gonna send as many doubles to those guys, which means he's not gonna have as much gravity. Because if you do, they're gonna obliterate your defense. They're gonna break down your defense. That's why I don't like when people use gravity and things of that nature because it doesn't work. It doesn't add up. The logic doesn't track.
Yeah, I fully agree. I think it's more how people think about gravity, though. I think it's because they think of, like, how you're saying they think of it as just, oh, like a Cam Thomas where, yeah, okay, we're going to double team him, so he has more gravity. But in reality, it's not that. It's more like how with Kevin Durant, how his gravity still led to no success. I think it's more about how, I don't know how to word this, but I guess how heavy someone's gravity weighs, as in, like, what it does for the game, not just, oh, they're getting double teams or not.
I think instead of gravity, the real stat or real measurement should be advantage creation. I think that's what you truly need to measure because that's what shows that's your ability to like really create something. Create 4-on-3s, 5-on-4. That's what I think instead of gravity, that's what you should be using.
Yeah, no, honestly, I think that's perfectly fair. And again, honestly, I do just hate saying gravity because I feel like people don't always like know what I mean when I say it. I'm not like, again, like when I say gravity, it's not just like I mentioned, just double teams and stuff like that, because that's just immediately the association with the word. And I hate that. Like, I think me personally up there, and this is my definition for gravity, I think Wemby's up there because of what he does on defense and offense and just the pressure he brings on both sides of the floor. But I don't know. That's just like, I guess it's how I think of gravity.
But inside, you would disagree with me on the advantage creation?
No, I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying I actually agree.
It's just we've been on these TikTok streets for a while now, and people like to use. It's not the way you're using it, but people like I hit the because people have been using advantage creation in a way it's not supposed to be done to uplift players like Jeffrey. So that's why I put the 5 there, man.
I got you. I was about to say
every time we hear that term, it's just like.
Yeah. I've been out for a while and said I had to handle some business, but I heard y'all. This discussion is starting to get a little bit nasty.
Bad. Look, man, we had a great combo today, man. We've been up here for 2 hours 50 minutes, man. We come here every single Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is the Hardwood Authority show. We are gonna close it out. I appreciate everyone for popping in while I'm having this last little talk. Definitely, if we could tap the screen, share the live out, even though we about to close out, man. We love basketball. Jens, Kate, Neb, appreciate that. Appreciate you guys for popping in, man. Please, if you guys wouldn't mind following myself, I follow back. We have this discussion every single Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We also have shows throughout the week. They either pop up and 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We also have shows. Oh Lord, I'm tweaking. We also have shows throughout the week as well. Maybe it'll be a pop-up show about a game, about a specific topic that I heard people talking about and things of that nature. Also, we have the new segment of the Hardwood Authority show every Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have film session with Inside. So we will be breaking down whether film from playoff games, film from I'm just tweaking it with the sound effects. Film from playoff games, film from back in the day, maybe the 60s. I'm lying, not the 60s. We don't care. 80s, 90s film. just film session in general. We break down plays, break down the breakdowns and things like that. So definitely gonna check us out on that, man. So we have the Hardwood Authority show, man. With that being said, man, appreciate everyone for popping in. We have Hardwood Authority show. Follow the host, myself, Olo, and Wanboy, streaming every Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this TikTok page. If you're on the YouTube premiere, take this time to like the stream and find us on both of these platforms. And like I said, man, this is the Hardwood Authority show. We're talking basketball. We putting on a Hardwood Authority anthem. Call it Film Room.
I appreciate it, bro.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
Ski.
I'll catch y'all later.
Turn the lights low. This that film session energy. Ooh, yeah. If you don't know ball, you about to learn. Oh, yeah. In the film room, break it down frame by frame. Every move, every cut, yeah, we study the game. They be talking at their neck, we ain't saying the same. We don't guess, we know what, we respect our name. Film room, we see it different in the film room. Yeah, film room. Everything's solid in the film room. Yeah, slow it down, watch the footwork, pivot step clean. That's a counter off the counter, y'all ain't see what I seen. Weak side, low man late, that's a breakdown bucket, but they scream tough shot. Nah, they don't know nothing. I be reading pick and rolls like a vet on the flow. Snake dribbles, split their heads, now we head. Let's go, talk gravity, spacing. I would start bins and fence, y'all just counting points. I'm explaining in the sequence. Every clip get dissected, every tape get checked. If it don't got context, I ain't giving it respect. Tay-Lab, yeah, we cooking up truth. Turn the pans into knowledge every time in the booth. In the film room, break it down frame by frame. Every move, every cut, yeah, we study the game. They be talking out their neck, we ain't saying the same. We don't guess, we evolve, put respect on the name. Film room, we see it different in the film room. Yeah, film room, everything's solid in the film room. OlloHoops, call it early, see the play, develop in rotation, one pass, lay out the defense from Raptors, won't boy, no ball, yeah, the reads on point, talk, Angles time out, why he cut to that joint. We ain't here for the hype, we exposing the gas, while your favorite player really struggling, first trap, show the tank, show the stun, show the help recover, that's the difference between a hooper and a box score lover. Monday live, yeah, the check going wild, every take get tested, every claim get tried, if it's smoke in the air, we address it direct, and it's straight to the funeral with the logic incorrect.
It's levels to this.
You watch games.
It's levels to this, Olo.
Levels to this, man. They know they can't mess it up. We just on chill mode right now.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to smoke. They won't come to FYF Sports debates. They won't come to Go James Kingdom. And they definitely won't come to THA, aka the Hardwood Authority show, nigga. Straight like that.
All right, y'all boys, man. We out, man. The Hardwood Authority show live every Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Ski!